Live from the Unified Media Lab, this is NewsLink Indiana. From local stories to breaking news, we deliver the only live broadcast in Delaware County. This is your One Ball State Day special report.
Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning into NewsLink Indiana's special One Ball State Day show. I'm Peyton Mucker.
And I'm Cameron No. Today's show is going to be a little different than our typical broadcast, right, Peyton?
That's right, Cameron. We're switching things up from our usual nightly broadcast to a 3.5-hour live show.
Our part in this annual campus-wide event is aimed at giving our viewers a glimpse into all the work we do.
State is our call to beneficence. It's saying we're growing these kids up to be amazing individuals, amazing contributors to society.
One Ball State Day is a 24-hour period dedicated to calling upon Ball State alumni, faculty, and students, and all supporters to donate toward the university's programs and organizations. From the wide selection of scholarships to campus involvements, the money raised on One Ball State Day contributes to growing campus at a larger scale. Gifters can be involved in any way they'd like by donating to campus-wide programs or in joining in on all of the activities happening on campus all day long.
Just getting students involved with philanthropy and saying, here's why, instead of being like, do it.
Since 2018, One Day was born during the presidency of Jeffrey Mearns, current president of the institution since 2017. One Day plays into the larger role of raising over $350 million in funds for the university's campaign, Our Call to Beneficence. Campaign was launched in the fall 2023 term. Fundraising opportunity tailors to projects including the development of the Performing Arts Center and giving students an advanced educational experience. The institution collectively raised $1 million in a two-year streak, and this could be the third year Ball State raises that much money in donations. The Ball State Foundation and team leaders prepare a year in advance for the big day and are recognized on a national scale, winning awards such as the Council for Advancement and Support of Education. Reporting in Muncie, Sawyer Osmond, NewsLink Indiana.
One Ball State Day is the university's annual 24-hour event dedicated to helping all programs in the university.
All day, you'll see students across campus getting involved to help raise funds for their department or organization.
From getting free food and swag over at Emmons Auditorium to even naming one of our notorious campus geese, the festivities are in high gear.
Over $570,000 have been donated to various programs on campus. And while this is the university's 8th annual day of fundraising, this is NewsLink Indiana's third special team coverage.
Now stick with us today as we bring you the latest coverage on Ball State's favorite day of the year, as well as local news across Delaware County.
Your donations today will help to support NewsLink Indiana and other student media organizations housed in the Unified Media Lab. The UML gives students an outlet for their journalistic aspirations. It supports many aspiring journalists, funds our equipment, and helps to improve the quality of our coverage.
This all goes together with the theme of this year's One Ball State Day, because of Ball State. All day we will hear from students, alumni, and faculty on what they've been able to do because of Ball State.
If you would like to support student media at Ball State University like NewsLink Indiana, you can make your gift today.
Now, in order to do so, visit oneballstate.bsu.edu. There you can navigate to participating groups and click College of Communications, Information, and Media. From there, select Ball State Student Media, then select the Give Now button. And under Fund Designation, select Student Media and Agency Fund. We appreciate all of the support for student media programs like NewsLink Indiana that allow Ball State students to receive a hands-on experience.
As we said earlier, campus is going to be very lively today.
Now, we're going live with NewsLink Indiana's Kamara Munn right outside of Schaefer Tower. Kamara, how are things looking outside?
Okay. Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm right here in front of the superstitious Schaefer Tower, where if you know, you know. I know we have a lot of alumni watching. Don't walk under that tower unless you don't want to graduate on time. Now, I'm not here to tell you about the superstitions or try it. I'm here to tell you about the fun-filled events that we have going on for One Ball State Day. So all the way from 9:30 all the way to 6 p.m., we have events happening all over campus. Like we had pizza with President Mearns over there at the Emmons headquarters, along with the dunk tank happening from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Also, there's a dodgeball tournament happening over there in the rec center. It sounds like a bunch of fun that I don't want to miss out on. Now, I know that One Ball State Day is super special because one of the most highly demanded, long-awaited donations is back for a return, and that's the Name Your Goose donation. So for just $19.18, that's 1918, our founding year, you can name your own goose. And if you don't know why that's so important, Ball State is under a goose apocalypse. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoy your One Ball State Day, and maybe you can name a goose along the way. I'm Kamara Munn in Muncie with NewsLink Indiana. Back to you two at the desk.
It's honestly exciting and great to see you. Well, thank you so much, Kamara. We will be keeping you updated on the festivities around campus throughout our broadcast.
As we said, this year is all about Because Ball State. Students get to talk about what they've achieved by coming to Ball State.
NewsLink Indiana's Max Robson is one of our graduating seniors. Hear about his experience through Ball State have helped him in his life.
So joining NewsLink, honestly, it was probably the best decision of my life. I met my RA, Andy, and he convinced me immediately, like, you know, join NewsLink, why not give it a chance? Freshman year, obviously it was very scary, but having something that pushed me along so fast compared to everyone else in my class was something else. It was teaching me how to use a camera while I was still learning about everything else that there has to do with media and everything going on with it as well. There were times where I would have just everything already known by the time I was taught it in a normal classroom. And that honestly was something that, like, I felt so much further ahead because I was giving my time to NewsLink Indiana, and it was helping me become such a better journalist.
Our very own Max Robson is on the scene in Waco ahead of the tip.
I ended up going to Waco in 2025, March 2025 for March Madness with Ball State women's basketball. So I was there with me and 3 members of the DN. We flew there on part of our school's budget for student media, and it was honestly one of the best times ever. Being able to, one, go that far, stay in a hotel, be able to go out and watch the games, and be able to be graced with open arms by also just the women's basketball team as well. During that time, we spent about 5 days in Waco getting video coverage of everything, going outside of just the games itself, looking at what Waco was like, being able to see everything that was being offered during times of March Madness, and it was an amazing time. I got to sit courtside every single game. Being able to go to Waco was the coolest thing I've ever done as a student, was the coolest thing I've ever done as a person. Being able to be courtside and watch those games and watch Ball State women's basketball do as amazing as they did, it's something that I will always cherish.
Max is graduating at the end of this school year, and he has been such a big part of NewsLink. It is thanks to funds from today that we are able to give other students similar unique opportunities.
Now, it's time to give you an inside look at how it all comes together. NewsLink has been airing for over 20 years, sharing stories around Delaware County.
Our very own Kamara Munn got perspectives of some of our members to show what happens before and after the countdown.
During the day, the UML doesn't seem as busy, but at night, it's a totally different story. At 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, these students put together a live broadcast for Delaware County.
Immersive.
It's fun.
Teamwork.
The beginning.
These are all words that describe the award-winning organization, NewsLink Indiana. Terry Heifetz is the co-advisor of NewsLink, overseeing decisions made by students for the past 10 years.
My role is the students are driving the bus, and my job is to make sure that the bus isn't going to go off the cliff. Luckily, our student leadership in the whole time I've been advisor has been really good.
That student leadership is made up of dedicated news-focused individuals who, while full-time students, still know how to run a newsroom, day and night.
It has definitely been challenging getting up at 5 a.m. on Fridays and things like that, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
This is Sophie Schick, Cardinal Sunrise executive producer.
It has completely thrown me into a love of producing and writing and bouncing off collaborative ideas with the rest of the team. And so I think it's definitely made me find my niche.
News director Brooke Fallrad quickly found her niche in producing through the help of another fellow NewsLink Indiana member.
My mentor throughout my entire journalism career has been Grace Mikowski. In high school, we went to high school together, and she taught me my journalistic skills. I helped her co-produce one Ball State Day, and afterwards, she texted me, she goes, "Wasn't that awesome? You just co-produced a really long show as a freshman." I still carry around with me that conversation.
Fallrad's mentorship encouraged her to jump into an exec position early on.
It was really crazy as a freshman to be asked to be not only an exec position, but they brought executive producer back so that I can exceed in my producing skills.
It's common for NewsLink to open doors for their students, especially those willing to learn. Joe Sawicki, chief weather forecaster, also benefits from the opportunities the organization brings.
NewsLink has also given me the chance to do severe weather coverage, which for the weather reel is something very important.
With the ever-changing monthly weather, some nights are longer than others.
We had one night, we were here until 4 in the morning doing severe weather stuff, and I learned so much that night.
Students in NewsLink are getting hands-on experience in and out of the newsroom. The benefits are endless.
Cleveland was an amazing opportunity, and I'm so thankful that I got that opportunity. It's because of donors like the people watching right now that donated their money that I was able to travel there and have it paid for.
The women's basketball MAC tournament had him working on content daily.
So I did 3 look lives in the span of 3 days.
The effort students put behind NewsLink is not solely for the show. News reporting has challenged Mira Bloomer to be a better version of herself each year.
Being in this process for 4 years has taught me that it's like, yeah, I wasn't trusting the process in the beginning at all, but it does start to show up for you and you start to show up for yourself.
Although many students came to NewsLink with background knowledge in their field, this was not the case for Ben Caldwell.
When I came to Ball State and came into NewsLink, I knew nothing about production, live production, anything along those lines.
After being promoted to productions manager, Caldwell trained students on how to properly operate the control room.
It's really nice to help other people with those experiences, to give them what I had when I first started was that support system.
According to others, the support system is second to none.
Having that support that's not only going to challenge you, but also celebrate your victories, no matter how big or small they are, it's just something that definitely keeps you coming back.
NewsLink is just the beginning, and Sawicki says he will carry this experience with him even after graduation.
I can look back in 10, 20 years and say, I'm proud of my time here at NewsLink, and I don't regret anything about my time there.
In Muncie, Kamara Munn, NewsLink, Indiana.
NewsLink appreciates all your support and engagement. We strive to tell better stories every day through our award-winning organization. Positions open every semester and sign-ups are through our Fall Super Party. Now, Peyton, I walked out this morning. It was cold, rainy. My hair blew up.
I know. I'm a little bit thankful to be in here for today because looks like the rain's been a little on and off. I'm glad to see when Kamara was out there, she wasn't getting drenched. So that's good to see at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I am hoping we're done with the cold weather, but it was chilly this morning.
Especially with all the festivities and everything going on campus today. I think we're in due for some nicer weather, I'd like to say.
It's a little bit rough, but let's see what Orion has for us for our first look at weather.
Unfortunately, I can't promise you guys nicer weather. We are just seeing rain all throughout today and the rest of the day. It has rained all morning and it's just going to keep coming. Now, our current temperatures in the viewing area, we see 37 up there in Chicago, and as we work our way south, we see this cold front going all the way across the Midwest. Now, it is just going to make our temperatures colder and colder. We have 44 in Muncie, and as we work our way south, 81 in Evansville right now. That is significantly warmer than the rest of the state. Now, they will start to cool down once they get through that cold front. We're going to be tracking continued rain showers, a windy day tomorrow, and a temperature rebound.
Coming up after the break, we'll take a deep dive into some of the campus lore on one special bird.
And join alongside the Ball State landscaping crew to see all the work they do for campus. Don't go anywhere yet.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is pre-retirement.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Welcome back to One Ball State Day. From viral Instagram posts to everyday encounters on campus, geese have become part of everyday life for students. I got to take a closer look at how they are shaping campus culture.
It's just their world and we are living in it. And I feel like it's one of the few things that everybody on campus really gets to experience together. It's the geese.
At Ball State University, geese flood the campus. With social media becoming more and more popular, 2 Instagram pages are especially well known among students. Ball State honkers and birds at BSU have become a source of comedic relief, especially for Carly Wilt, who runs the Ball State honkers page.
A bunch of the submissions that are sent to me, I like laugh out loud at, and I'm like, people gotta see this. I just have to send it out and spread a little bit of joy.
Yeah, they might be funny online, but here at Ball State University, geese are more than just a joke. They've become part of our culture, something that connects students, whether you're laughing at them or trying to avoid them on your way to class.
If you're on campus, like, you see those geese, you can't really escape them. I just think it's one of the few unifying factors for all of us that we get to share.
With 197 majors at Ball State, Hamilton says the geese are a way to connect us, regardless of your field of study. Wilt says most people are scared of them, but to stand your ground.
Most of the time people are like, ooh, I don't really like geese, like they freak me out. And I'm like, yeah, that's understandable. They're really mean actually, but stand your ground, square up with the goose. And like if worse comes to worse and they start like jumping and attacking you, you know, they've got really long necks. You can just kind of redirect them.
On this campus, getting to class often means navigating crowded sidewalks, busy paths, and avoiding the geese have become a part of that routine. In Muncie, Cameron No, NewsLink, Indiana. Whether students are stopping by to take pictures or simply on their way to class, the geese continue to be a noticeable and iconic presence on campus.
Ball State University's landscaping services is often seen around campus working this time of the year. With the start of spring, they are out and about, mowing the campus lawns, and taking care of flower beds. NewsLink Indiana's Dylan Chestnut started up the mower to experience their work firsthand.
You'll see them all over campus, hard at work, making sure that it stays beautiful. But how exactly do they keep on going? Brandon Workman is the supervisor for Ball State University's landscaping crews and shares how he got to this point.
I started as a CDL driver for South Grounds in Zone 1. Was here for 6 years and then took the group leader position, and then a supervisor position came over.
But the university also has an arborist who takes care of the trees around campus and several other skilled trades workers.
Buildings where we keep everybody stationed at, all of our equipment, our salt for snow removal, and then we can go out and take a look at Heath Farm as well.
Heath Farm is used to make compost and mulch that will eventually be used for the flower beds around campus.
These are the little machines you'll see on the sidewalks moving the snow. These are a lifesaver. These have proven to be much more efficient.
Workman says that this has helped them tremendously as campus has grown and gotten tighter to move around.
So these are the buggies you'll see spreading salt. They have multiple uses. So as you can see right now with the nicer weather, we take the salt spreaders out so we can utilize them on getting around campus. They're more efficient. We can get into tighter places.
With spring beginning and the semester starting to close, the work they focus on starts to look a little bit different.
Do about 3,000 flats each year. So that's roughly somewhere around 55,000 annual flowers that we plant every year. We like to try and have them in at least 5 to 6 weeks before graduation.
By planting these flowers early, it allows them to start blooming before spring graduation, which gets planned a year before, and they aim to make it as special as possible.
Every year, you'll see all the trees in the quad. Every year, all those trees get edged out. They get new mulch put in. Every bed on the south side of campus.
With all this work, safety is a top priority.
Safety is paramount. Safety is number one, not only for the conditions, but for the employees that are doing the work.
The series department handles more than just landscaping and facilities.
But FPM is made up with a whole variety of different other groups, fleet and transportation. So we are the ones that transport the students from one side of the campus to the other.
The work that the crew does doesn't just impact them, it impacts the community.
A lot of the surrounding neighborhoods have a close connection to the university, and they appreciate what we do.
In Muncie, Dylan Chestnut, NewsLink, Indiana.
I'm tracking increased chances of rain after the break.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose, but here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. This is my time. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Find your place in space. This is my time. Space for All.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back. NewsLink Indiana's weather department put the heads of the other departments up to the test on their weather knowledge.
The competition was hosted by Chief Weather Forecaster Joe Sawicki as players went head-to-head in Weather Jeopardy. Play along and see if you can do better than our NewsLink representatives.
Welcome into Weather Jeopardy. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Joe Sawicki, and we have an exciting show for you today. The heads of production, news, and sports are going to be facing off to see who pays the most attention during our weather segments during NLI Weather and see who knows the most about weather. And we're also going to see if sports can win again, just like they did last year, where they wiped the floor with news.
I got to defend the honor, 469-0.
Yeah, sports rocked it. So we got 3 categories. We have fronts, atmospheric hazards, and NLI Weather alumni. Woo! So we are going to start ladies first.
Wait,
Brooke?
we're the returning champion though.
Well, yes, but ladies first.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I am Brooke Falred, and I am the news director of NewsLink Indiana. Can I do weather alumni for 300, please?
Also, he has to finish the
question. Yes. Graduating in 2024, this alum got a job at KOTA in Rapid City, South Dakota, and is living the dream in the Great Plains. Jake.
Who is Ryan Hill?
That is correct.
I love Ryan Hill. I hope he's watching. Ryan, if you're watching, I miss you. He always had very fun forecasts.
All right, Jake, your pick.
Let's go NLI Weather Alumni for 200.
200. This NLI Weather alum was chief weather forecaster from 2023 to 2024 and now works with bad weather in the Indianapolis area. Jake.
Who is Hope Kleisch?
The answer, Hope Kleisch.
Hope, I hope that I got your last name right.
Sports off to another great start.
Let's go atmospheric hazards for 400.
For 400. In the U.S., this hazard kills more people each year than tornadoes, hurricanes, and lightning. 4, 3. Brooke.
Earthquake.
That is incorrect.
Why are you holding the mic?
So why don't you respond and tell me how you got it wrong?
I said earthquake and I got it wrong. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Wait, we'll pass.
3, 2, 1. The answer is flood. All right, Jake, you still have control.
Let's go atmospheric hazards for 500.
500. Tornadoes are rated on the EF scale, and EF stands for this. Five.
Does it have something to do with like the damage?
Yes.
I know this is wrong, but Earth frequency.
Incorrect. News is off to a horrific start.
Minus another 500 for you.
Wait, I get minuses?
Yes.
That's how Jeopardy wins.
I don't know. Oh my God, can you please guess? No.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enhanced Fujita.
No,
Of course.
No, it's not.
Right. All right, Jake
So
still
EF is probably not an American creation, I had to guess.
I should know that, and I don't, but
I
will
don't know.
learn.
I'm sports ball. Let's go with the toss up here. Let's go to fronts for 100.
Fronts for 100. This kind of front brings cooler temperatures and sometimes chances of severe weather. Ben.
What is a cold front?
Cold front is correct. Ben is on the board.
We're on the board.
Who's we?
Me, myself, and I.
All right, we now go to production. Ben, what do you want?
Let's go fronts for 200.
Fronts for 200. Okay, this kind of front is characterized by an increase in temperatures and gentle, prolonged rainfall. Jake.
What is a warm front?
That is correct.
Let's go atmospheric hazards for 300.
300. Hurricanes that form in the northwest Pacific Ocean and affect East Asian countries are called this. Jake.
What is a typhoon?
That is correct.
I was going to say tsunami, TBH, so...
Tsunami is a giant wave.
1,000 points for Jake. Sports is off to another great start. And we're halfway through the game already.
Let's go fronts for 500.
Ooh, 500. This is a tough one. This type of front is when a fast-moving cold front overtakes a slower warm front. Brooke.
I don't know why I'm still guessing. Hybrid front.
That is incorrect.
Guys. Guys.
I know you and I have had a discussion about this before.
We have. Abby Urban would know her fronts. Too bad she's not in here. 5, 4, 3, 2. What is an occluded front?
I was going to say combined, so I'm glad I didn't buzz in.
All right, Jake, still your pick.
NLI Weather Alumni 500.
500. This alum graduated from Ball State in 2018 and now works at Fox 59 in Indianapolis. He also stops by campus occasionally. He was here in November.
Oh my gosh.
Can I describe his face?
I can give a hint. His name starts with an E.
Yeah, it's Ethan something.
Can I say what he does, like did when he was here?
No.
Of course.
It has to be a name. Jake.
Is it Ethan Rostick?
That is close enough. Ethan Rossick. Yes.
Oh.
Another 500 points for Jake.
I don't know.
Let the record show that sports is killing it once again.
Let's go NLI Weather Alumni for 400.
400. This NLI Weather alum recently went national for appearing on the Pat McAfee Show after having to interrupt the NFL for severe weather coverage.
Oh my gosh, I remember this. Andy Newman freaked out about it.
I don't even want to guess. Okay.
You can't go much lower.
You might as well.
This is off the record. This is not one of my guesses. I'm going to be so honest. I'm not going to guess because I just realized I was about to guess Lance, and Lance is not a weather forecaster. So that's my bad, Lance. I'm sorry. If anyone knows him, Lance Perchance. Back to you.
I don't
Go ahead.
His name starts with an A. His last name starts with an F. Jake.
Who's Adam Feek?
That is correct. Adam Fike.
I can't remember if it was Feek or Fike. Adam, if you're watching, that was a fantastic segment on the Pat McAfee Show.
I don't think, doing Final Jeopardy would not save anyone here.
I'm not going to. Let's do fronts 400 because we all know who NLI Weather Alumni 100 is.
All right, this kind of front is a non-moving boundary between cold and warm air where neither has enough strength to displace the other.
Big shot. What is it?
Take note of the non-moving part. Yes, Jake.
What's a stationary front?
That was correct.
Come on. Did he even raise his hand?
Yes, I did.
That was correct. What a pull from Jake.
Let's go atmospheric hazards for 200.
200. This U.S. state saw the most tornadoes in 2025. Jake.
What is Oklahoma?
That is incorrect.
Oh!
Go ahead, guess.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Can you go first?
Yes, Ben.
What is Virginia?
Incorrect. 5.
No! What is
3.
Iowa?
That is incorrect.
What?
It's Alabama.
The answer is Texas. Purely because of its land area, because there's so much
Yeah,
space.
that makes sense. I was close to Oklahoma. Let's go fronts for 300.
Okay. Fronts are usually attached to a blank pressure system. Ben was first.
You didn't finish the question!
But then I re-raised my hand.
My hand was already raised by then.
No.
Go ahead.
What is a high pressure system?
That is incorrect.
That's what I was going to say. Me!
Brooke.
Low.
That is
Ow.
correct.
Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, yeah.
Brooke got
Sorry,
one
so
correct.
you got me.
For the first time all game, Brooke, you have the board. You have you have two options.
Okay. Can I do 100 atmospheric hazards?
Yes. This hazard is usually accompanied by a large clap of thunder afterward. Brooke.
Lightning. Yes, he did. Lightning.
Lightning is correct.
He told me he was getting. I didn't have to. I asked. I asked.
No, we do not have to say what is beforehand.
Don't even try me.
This is not the real show, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Can
All right.
Last
And the last one. Everybody's favorite Canadian. This NLI Weather alum graduated last spring and now works in Ontario. Ben!
Who is Jay Lessick?
No, that's not even fair. Who is Jay Lessick?
You can donate my points to Ben.
Ben gets the points.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
I'm the only one who finished in the positives.
Yes, let the record show. Let the record show that for
he
the
has
second
Lessick.
year in a row, sports has won One Ball State Day weather.
There are 3 things certain in life: death, taxes, and NewsLink Indiana sports and weather being the best of bros. That's why we never lose.
Absolutely. Congratulations, sports, for a second win in a row. That's all for Weather Jeopardy. Make sure you stay tuned next year to see who wins next year.
And I got.
It's great to see we have a little bit of fun in here.
Yeah.
It's not all pure work and pure stress.
Yeah.
But they definitely did better than I would have. I could not
absolutely.
answer
I
half
don't
that.
know trivia. I don't know weather. It's not my forte.
Let alone I'm bad with names, so any of those alumni questions,
Yeah.
I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it over to Orion with a look at your weather.
Yeah, I luckily got a couple of those questions right watching that Weather Jeopardy. But if we look out here at Cooper Science right now, it is a very gloomy One-Ball State day. See, even we have some rain still on the camera from this morning. Now, the rain has just come through all morning and will continue to move through all day. It is 44 degrees out there right now. Dew point of 40, so those temperatures are pretty close together. Our visibility is still good, and we're seeing some winds come out of the east-northeast at 14 miles per hour. The current temperatures here in our viewing area pretty consistent in those mid to low 40s, 44 in Muncie, cooler in Marion at 41, and a little bit warmer down near that cold front at 48 degrees in Richmond. Now across the state, you can see that gradient in temperatures getting warmer as you move south. 46 in Lafayette, 54 in Indianapolis, and then we get all the way down to 76 here in Cincinnati. Now they will start to get a little bit cooler once that cold front moves through. For over the last 24 hours, our temperatures have decreased significantly. A 32-degree decrease here in Muncie, 27-degree decrease in Lafayette, and you can see also in Cincinnati that 3-degree increase actually from this time yesterday. Our radar right now, we can see all these bands moving through the area one after another. Now it has happened all morning and it will continue to go throughout the day, just one after another until tomorrow. And we can actually see this rain moving through this afternoon all the way to 3 p.m. It's still coming through, getting a little bit of a break here in the evening, and then right back into it at midnight here on midnight Thursday. It's just going to keep moving through. Now on Thursday early morning, we do see a little bit of more severe rain coming through. We get more rain percentages and inches, and it will start to clear out though on Thursday morning. For the next couple days into Thursday at noon, we see just over 1/3 of an inch here in Muncie, almost 1/2 inch over there in Kokomo. So we are getting a lot of rain, and it is going to help our rather drought conditions that we've been in. We are luckily starting to come out of those with all this rain coming in throughout the year. Tonight it is getting down to 45 degrees as our low. Winds coming out of the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Again, we have those scattered showers, and those clouds are going to stay with us all night. Tomorrow morning, though, it'll be about 57 degrees, getting all the way up to 77 here at 5 p.m. Now we can see these winds start to increase throughout the day, 10 miles per hour at 8 a.m., and then getting all the way up to 20 miles per hour here at 5 p.m. Now these wind gusts are really what's important here. We see almost 30 miles per hour here in Winchester. Now they start to increase dramatically, 36 in Winchester Friday morning, and then they start to slow down just a little bit Friday evening. the next 7 days, we're going to see these rain chances just keep coming back throughout the start of the weekend, dropping into the low 70s here on Saturday. And then after that rain moves through on Saturday night, Sunday morning will be a very cool 48 degrees. We see almost a 24-degree decrease. Now, luckily, after that day moves through, the sun starts to come back out, and we get into those high 50s for the rest of the week. I'm really not looking forward to all this rest of this rain. It's just going to be really gloomy for the next couple days, but luckily, into next week, we start to see that sun come back out.
I know rain isn't ideal, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. I think it's better than snow.
Yeah, and hey, April showers bring May flowers. So hopefully it starts to get sunny and not cold.
We saw that stuff about the agriculture here at Ball State, so hopefully with all this rain, we'll see those flowers start to really bloom. It'll get really pretty here on campus.
Even already the trees. There's a couple buildings right outside of right outside of here, and they're already starting to bloom.
Yeah, it's
really
really pretty.
white, I guess, blossoms,
Yeah.
flowers. I don't know what you would call them. I'm no biologist.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Ryan. Let's hear from Jaden for sports.
Thanks, Peyton and Cameron. We'll find out how men's golf is honoring a Ball State legend and the impacts of the transfer portal on Ball State football. All this and more next in sports.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
A medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. Went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, it's infantry. Deploying is what we sign up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana's One Ball State Day special. I'm Jaden Collins with sports. Our reporters are always keeping up with the action at Ball State and Delaware County sports. From the turf to the court and the green, we strive to bring you the energy to your newscast. Here's a look at some of our work this past year.
Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Scottie Scheffler. These names have become synonymous with golf on a national scale, but here at Ball State University, a different name takes center stage. Earl Yestingsmeyer passed away in 2019, but before he passed, he dedicated his life to the game of golf.
He's the reason we have this building. He's the reason we have everything in our golf bag and the golf bags. Everywhere you look around in this building is behind you, Duke of Earl. Everywhere it says Earl Yestingsmeyer.
And with his legacy being passed down through generations, it is remembered most by his former players.
He was one of the most respected, golf coaches in the country, and the legacy that he created is uniquely different in the world of college golf.
Yestingsmeyer was inducted into the Ball State Hall of Fame in 1981 due to his success as a coach, where he led his team to 38 tournament titles. But his legacy goes beyond just the wins and losses. His legacy is being commemorated through the Ball State men's golf season, with a pin being worn on the bags of all of the players.
He's the patriarch of men's golf, and the legacy that he created is incredible. He's in every golf hall of fame that you can imagine.
The commemorative pin started as a prize for an alumni golf tournament, but turned into more than just that.
What I kind of introduced was the concept of, hey, what about we order enough pins to where we can honor that same person with our current team, and we can put that pin on a golf bag.
And with that, Coach Fleck gave his players the opportunity to tell his story.
We absolutely had that happen a couple of times this fall. Like, some players would walk up and be like, hey, who's the pin of the old guy on the golf bags? And, the guys would be like, hey, that's our former coach.
And the players are more than happy to bear this commemorative pin.
To be able to just let our program represent Coach Earl and just the culture that he established here.
The Cardinals will play out the remainder of their season bearing the pin for the late Earl Yestingsmeyer. This is just one of the many ways he is remembered here at Ball State. In Muncie, Stephen Grotta, NewsLink, Indiana.
Taking things to the portal, I had the opportunity to sit down with a few members of the football team to talk all things transfers.
The saying is that the times are changing, but in college football, it's the teams that are changing. According to the NCAA, over 10,500 college football players entered the transfer portal across Divisions 1, 2, and 3. Over 24 of these players are now Ball State Cardinals.
Our job as coaches is to always find the best and bring in the best talent. And their jobs as players is always to outwork that talent that we're bringing in.
Ball State has enrolled 34 players from the class of 2026. 25 of those players came to Ball State from the transfer portal. Of those 25, 21 played at other FBS schools, including 14 teams in Power 4 conferences. Players want to come to Ball State for an opportunity to play on the field.
I know what I am at my best. Like I said, I just need that shot and that confidence level of me getting back to playing how I used to play.
At the end of the day, it's playing football. And that's what I was looking for, and that's what I got. And you see the opportunities it got me, so I would 100% recommend it.
For players who have been with the Cardinals their entire career, new players provide new perspectives that make the team better as a whole.
I love people, so I think it's cool to have new guys in, and also you just experience new people, you see new talents, you learn a lot football-wise from guys coming from California to South Carolina. You meet and they tell you new things, new experiences, so you just get a lot of cool different things when new people are around.
Relationships are a huge part of drawing recruits to Ball State. Coaches say that the transfer portal has given them the opportunity to build on prior connections.
Like, you be recruiting a kid and he may go somewhere else, but a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, they may be back in the portal. And that's always an easy relationship. Hey, remember me? Here we are again, and we've had a lot of success with that so far.
In addition, players have taken advantage of the opportunity to build more relationships in their collegiate careers.
The friendships I made through college football will last me forever, and I really enjoy being around new people and making new friends.
As of now, the Cardinals will be in this building behind me, focusing on conditioning and strengthening relationships before spring practices kick off in March. In Muncie, Jaden Collins, NewsLink, Indiana.
Keeping things on the gridiron, the National Football League has announced that Las Vegas, Nevada will host the 2029 Super Bowl. NFL owners voted to award the 2029 Super Bowl spot to Las Vegas at their annual meeting Monday. Super Bowl 63 will be the second Super Bowl awarded to the Sin City. Super Bowl 58 was held there in 2024, where the Chiefs defeated the 49ers 25-22 in overtime. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says the city has the capacity and energy to host such a large-scale event. The NFL also announced the launching of a professional flag football league for men and women. The league officials say flag football is growing rapidly, with more than 4 million kids now playing nationwide. The push comes ahead of the sport's Olympic debut in 2028. There's no official launch date yet, but the league is expected to begin play before the Los Angeles Games. Chipping back over to the greens, NewsLink Indiana's Jake Dickman got the chance to learn more about Ball State women's golf's most emotional tournament. Records are meant to be broken. After all, that's why we keep them, so that when someone usurps a number, we know just how remarkable that achievement is. But what happens when the person you pass has a legacy beyond just a number?
Jasmine Driscoll, Sarah Gallagher, JJ Gregston. This team has no shortage of record breakers. But at the Brittany Kelly Classic, it's not about breaking records. It's about remembering those who set them and keeping their memory alive. Such is the case of Ball State Hall of Fame golfer and invitational namesake Brittany Kelly, who lost her life at just 32 years old to ovarian cancer. So, for the Cardinals, this tournament carries a little extra weight.
And there's a whole nother element to it for us, which is honoring one of our all-time great players who, lost her battle to cancer way too young.
In her time at Ball State, Kelly posted numerous records, including the single-season scoring average, the career scoring average, and the 54-hole tournament score en route to 3 straight MVP awards. And the current Cardinals know that the level of play at this tournament needs to be higher because of it.
For us to come out and compete in a way that honors the way she lived, the way not only she played golf, but the way that she battled cancer, that's really what we're trying to do.
And after a thrilling playoff that spanned 4 holes, Ball State's Sarah Gallagher capped off the emotional day in the best way possible. To honor the legacy of a golfing legend.
Being able to win in a tournament that's named after her, I think is really important, and just be able to honor her legacy. And I think the best way to do that is to win a tournament that is in her honor.
So when these record breakers have their career come to a close, they'll find themselves right next to Brittany Kelly, immortalized in Ball State history.
We've got some that are probably going to go down on that all-time list for us. I think you're right. They are on their way to cementing their own legacy.
In Yorktown, Jake Dickman, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now, I had a blast catching up with some of the football players just a couple months ago and learning why they chose to come to Ball State out of the transfer portal, and I'm really looking forward to their spring showcase later this month.
And you know what, Jaden, I've never been too terribly big of a sports person. I just kind of like watch them for the heck of it.
Yeah.
But I've really learned this semester and really this past year how amazing the sports program at Ball State is, especially the people behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's amazing to see how passionate these players are about it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jaden. Coming up, weather forecaster Rachel Fulton is going to teach us how to make a cloud in a bottle.
And Orion will have one more look at your weather. Don't go anywhere yet.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Welcome back. Our nightly broadcasts aren't the only way we provide the news to the people. We have a morning show every Friday called Cardinal Sunrise. Take a look at everything that happens when you wake up with Cardinal Sunrise.
A good Friday morning starts with NewsLink Indiana's Cardinal Sunrise. Whether it's local news,
Community,
Delaware County sports, or your weekend forecast, we've got you covered. We'll share the stories that brighten your day and start the weekend off right. So pour the coffee and settle in, because the best Fridays start with Cardinal Sunrise, live on NewsLink Indiana's Facebook page and YouTube channel.
With Cardinal Sunrise, we show off a more fun side to NewsLink Indiana.
One segment we put on is Breaking Down the Science, which is where various weather processes are explained. NewsLink Indiana's Rachel Fulton shows us the science behind clouds.
Good day. My name is Rachel Fulton. So usually we have a sister show to NewsLink called Cardinal Sunrise, and Cardinal Sunrise is every Friday morning at 8 a.m. and we have multiple segments on there. We have local weather, national weather, and Breaking Down the Science. And one of my favorite segments I like to do is Breaking Down the Science, and today that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be creating a cloud in a jar, but I usually do Breaking Down the Science with a whiteboard where I draw pictures and I explain science. So it's actually one of my favorite segments on the show because one, not only do I learn, but the audience learns something new as well, and I get to learn how to communicate science to an audience. So let's get to it. So today we're going to need a couple of items. We're going to need some ice. We're going to need some warm water in a jar. So I used a salsa jar. Any jar works. I used some aluminum foil for the cover, and I have some hairspray. And if you have your phone, I would recommend using that. And so to begin this, we are going to turn on our flashlight of our phone. And so this is going to act as our sun. So in our jar, I mentioned we needed warm, heated water. And this is going to pretend like this is the sun heating this water. And so the water is warmed up. So as water warms up, it turns into water vapor, it evaporates, and it starts to rise. And as you get higher into the atmosphere, it gets colder, as we all know. And as it gets colder, those water vapor turns into water droplets. And so I'm going to put ice in here in just a minute, and we're going to need our condensation nuclei. So I'm going to spray some of this in here. Condensation nuclei is basically our particles in the air. It's what we see, it's our dust, our dirt. It's basically everything that comes together to create a cloud. And as we see here, the water vapor is starting to stick to that, or the water droplets, starting to stick to that condensation nuclei, and the water droplets just continue to gather up upon each other, creating a cloud. And the reason we're able to visually see the cloud is because of light scattering throughout the cloud in the nuclei. and we can visually see it here. This is just a small representation. I just think it's really cool how clouds are formed. It's really what drew me into meteorology, actually. And something I really like to think about is how towering cumulonimbus are formed because they're just so large and so massive when we look up in the sky. Like, this is just a small scale. If we look at the large scale, the real thing outside, it's just amazing to think how all of these water droplets, all of these water vapors came together to create such huge clouds, and it's really fascinating to me how it all works together. But right now the cloud is condensed in this jar, but if I take it out, we can see it comes out. And I would like to note that clouds and fog are essentially the same thing. They have the same process. One is just higher up in the atmosphere, and one is at the surface. And so, yeah, I just thought this was a cute little neat project that I could show off. Thanks for joining me on breaking down the science. Have a good One Ball State Day.
Wow, how cool. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of wondering, how did someone come up to do all that stuff?
Probably a little bit of boredom if I had to guess,
Yeah,
but that was really interesting.
It extremely was. Just grabbed a couple household items.
Yeah.
So I think I know what I'm going to do with my roommates later.
Yeah.
And I'll say I came up with it. I'll take the credit.
Yeah, it's super fascinating to me. I don't know how you come up with that or like how you figure that out.
But I mean, on the topic of clouds, yesterday it was kind of cloudy, so maybe someone was doing a little too much of that. But Orion, are we kind of expecting any more? Are we seeing more clouds, do you know?
Yeah, we definitely are. We are expecting a lot more rain coming into the weekend, and it's just the chances are just going to keep increasing through to the start of the weekend. We see the temperature start to drop into the low 70s on Saturday, and Saturday there is a 90% chance of rain. Now after that rain moves through, the temperature will drop almost 24 degrees down to 48 on Sunday. Now luckily the sun will start to come back out throughout the start of the work week, and we get back up into those upper 50s on Wednesday. So we will see some warmth and sunlight come back into the middle of next week. So we're not too bad for right now.
I suppose it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, honestly, 48 on Sunday though, like, it's cold.
It's gonna be cold.
I'm going to stay inside with a blanket. I think that'll be the best way to keep myself warm. Just stay inside, maybe turn on a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And also,
that's what I'm gonna do.
A little rain ambience never hurt anyone.
Yeah, I'll be downtown at an event, so hopefully it's not raining when I'm driving down, because I don't like driving in rain.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't either.
Especially if it's like, feels like little, it almost feels like hail, but it's not hail.
Yeah.
I saw that cold rain.
Yeah, thank you so much, Orion.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the first section of our One Ball State Day show. Coming up, you'll have some new faces on the desk.
Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss our coverage of today's One Ball State Day festivities.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. and says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for All.
As a medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. I went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, it's infantry. Deploying is what we sign up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer. She's on the honor roll. She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team up.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
I cannot set you free. My lonely days are gone.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. For those just tuning in, thank you for joining us. NewsLink's special One Ball State Day broadcast. I'm Mira Bloomer.
And I'm Max Robson.
April Fools. I'm Max Robson.
I'm Mira Bloomer. Donations made today will help to fund organizations like us and other publications within the UML.
It also supports aspiring journalists, funds our equipment, and helps to improve the quality of our coverage. If you would like to support student media at Ball State University like NewsLink Indiana, you can make your gift today. In order to do so, visit oneballstate.bsu.edu.
There, you can navigate to participating groups and click College of Communications, Information, and Media. From there, select Ball State Student Media, select Give Now, and under Fund Designation, select Student Media and Agency Fund. We appreciate all of the support for student media programs like NewsLink Indiana that allow Ball State students to receive hands-on experience. Aside from the General Unified Media Lab and Agency Fund, we are revisiting a scholarship introduced last year, one which honors one of NewsLink Indiana's former news directors.
After graduating in May of 2024 and leaving a lasting legacy in our newsroom, Grace Benkowski tragically passed away in July 2024. It is NewsLink Indiana's proud honor to show how her impact is being carried. During her time here, Grace wanted to make a lasting impact and continue to help students just like her. Any gift made to the fund today will add and grow the fund. This scholarship goes towards the Department of Media Majors.
There, you can navigate to participating groups and click College of Communications, Information, and Media. From there, select Grace Benkowski Memorial Scholarship. We appreciate any donations to help provide assistance for aspiring journalists. We are proud to memorialize someone so special to this newsroom. One of the biggest values of NewsLink Indiana is community, so we're taking some time to look at the work our reporters have done within the Muncie community.
Keeping a community safe takes a lot of work, and at Ball State University, police use a wide range of practices to keep students safe. NewsLink Indiana's Rayana Goebel got a behind-the-scenes look of how UPD works.
From patrol officers to emergency call stations, Ball State University police say safety on campus is built on systems that many students pass daily without noticing.
We have a variety of different outreach and programs that we do across campus that hopefully give students an opportunity to ask questions, to meet an officer, to maybe state a concern that they might have.
The university police encourage students to learn about the safety resources available on campus and to reach out to the department with any concerns.
UPD aren't the only ones working to make a connection with their community. NewsLink Indiana's Tatum Harris went out to the South Side community to hear how their local law enforcement is making a lasting connection.
Here at Ball Court Park, Muncie Southside Neighborhood Association is working to bridge the gap between community and first responders through sports like kickball and basketball.
Police officers, EMTs, and other emergency dispatchers were invited to join in on the fun with families from the surrounding area. This is the 4th year that this event has taken place, and it all started with a game of basketball and a game of kickball. In recent years, the event has grown to feature free food and prizes. Community members were given food truck and slushie tickets and were encouraged to put their names into one of the many raffle boxes organized by the association's executive board. These drawings awarded kids with goodies such as sweatshirts, basketballs, and movie passes. The Southside Neighborhood Association's president hopes that events like these will teach kids about their resources within the community.
So that way, when kids do need to call them, they're not scared or unsure. It's just another person to them. So we put this event together just for that reason, so that we could connect those two together, and so that when the situation arose that they maybe did need them, they wouldn't be scared to reach out.
It is the association's hope that they can assist in building healthy and happy relationships within the neighborhood. Their small team works hard year-round to create events and opportunities for the people of Muncie.
Our team looks a lot bigger on the outside than what it really is, but I think it's because our hearts are so big, and so that helps out.
With events like Family Fun Day in August and the turkey giveaway in November, the Southside Neighborhood Association is always looking for a way to support their residents. It is very important to their team that everyone in the community feels welcome and safe.
In Muncie's Southside neighborhood, community means everything, especially to the kids. In Muncie, Tatum Harris, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Southside Neighborhood Association puts on events like these to unite and uplift the community. To learn more about the Southside Neighborhood Association and support their mission, you can contact them at southsidemuncie@gmail.com.
Back in November, a new home opened hosting Muncie families who urgently need a temporary place to stay. NewsLink Indiana's Abby Urban went to find the story behind it.
The Center Township trustees have opened a new family shelter in Muncie. Welcome to Lone Pine Lodge.
I named it Lone Pine Lodge because I wanted the children to be able to say, I'm at the lodge, or I'm going to the lodge. I'm not going to a shelter, or I'm going to a mission. I wanted it to be exciting for them.
In collaboration with the Muncie Mission, A Better Way, and other local nonprofits, the trustees created the lodge. Located on East Main Street, it provides a space for families in any and all situations. A place of hope in a time where it is needed most.
One of the things I consistently ran into trouble with at the hub was finding shelter for families who came in seeking assistance. I would call shelters throughout the state trying to find an open spot, and I could never find anywhere that didn't have a waiting list.
The lodge can fit between 4 to 6 families at a time for a 90-day stay. Along with housing, families will be offered case management, help getting food stamps, and other resources to get them back on their feet. Although they started building the space a year and a half ago, Walker knew that her connection to it was something bigger.
My dad was a trustee, and so that was kind of instilled in me and what we do. I can remember my dad coming home and someone getting be denied because it was over the guidelines or whatever for food, and Dad would come home and take food out of our cabinets to take them to them. And I think that's just what it's about, is kindness and helping people.
This project is a newer one for the trustees. Even though creating the lodge has been a long journey, it's one that's emphasized community and kindness always.
And sometimes people just need just a hand. And if you give them that hand up, they're going to be fine. It's not a hand out, it's a hand up. You're just helping them.
In Muncie, Abby Urban, NewsLink, Indiana.
And you know, Mira, I love April Fool's Day, but this rain is a sick joke.
No. And the sad thing is, it's not a joke.
It's not.
It's
just
supposed to rain like all week, the rest of this week.
I hate this so much,
I
but
know.
obviously I don't really know too much about the weather.
Yeah.
Luckily, Joe Sawicki does have weather with us.
Yes, let's toss it to Joe.
Yeah, it's like Mother Nature has been messing with us recently because it was nice previously and now it's cold and rainy today and overall just miserable. That's going to stick around as we go throughout the afternoon with these rain showers persisting into our area. And that has also brought that cool down, like I said. Look at that temperature gradient. Almost slicing the state perfectly in half. 44 in Muncie, all the way to 80 degrees in Evansville where that cold front hasn't reached yet. But we are going to be tracking those cold temperatures in addition to these continued rain showers, a windy Thursday, and those temperatures will rebound later in the show.
One popular feline has made Muncie its home. NewsLink Indiana's Abby Urban learned how you can get up close and personal.
He's a cat, he's cute, he's lazy, hates Mondays, loves lasagna.
Garfield the Cat was created by Jim Davis and debuted in 1978. Starting first with a comic strip, the Orange Cat has evolved to books and even movies. With Garfield being born in Muncie, Davis has tried his best to give back to the community where it all began.
Whether it's putting Garfield on the outside of the bookmobile, putting Garfield books into our library, giving us hundreds of Garfield books to give away to kids, it has touched a lot of lives.
On top of a life-size stuffed Garfield, Davis has donated over hundreds of books to the Muncie Public Library over the years, fostering the next generation of young readers.
My younger daughter did not want to learn how to read, and then she discovered Garfield, and then she just became a wonderful reader.
Not only is Garfield present in the library, but he is also seen on many streets and in popular town buildings. The Garfield Trail gives locals the opportunity to interact and take photos with life-size statues. The trail came to be by the help of Destination Muncie and other local nonprofits. And like Davis, all of the sculpture artists were local.
Muncie has a great pop culture history, so it's awesome to be able to get out and actually experience that history that we have. So
in Muncie, Abby Urban, NewsLink, Indiana.
To follow the Garfield Trail, you can pick up a map at Destination Muncie or sign up online to get a digital passport. Before we head to commercial, we want to take a look at the donation progress so far. As a whole, Ball State has raised $688,000.
At the moment, we don't know how much our newsroom has raised individually, but we are grateful for any and all support. We would like to take this time to thank our viewers tuning in show after show. Stay tuned for an update on your global news.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose, but here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
The medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. Went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, I was infantry. Deploying is what we signed up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone.
You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait.
Welcome back. As we speak now, the Artemis crew is on the launch pad for the first time since the 1970s. NASA is sending a crew back to the moon, and the Artemis 2 mission is going to take astronauts on a 10-day mission around the moon without landing, and then back to Earth.
After weeks of delays, NASA is finally set to launch their historic mission later today. The crew includes Christina Koch, an engineer and the first woman to venture to the moon, NASA's Reed Wiseman, a Navy test pilot who serves as commander of the mission, Victor Glover, naval test pilot who will become the first Black person to travel to deep space, and the Canadian Space Agency's Jeremy Hansen, a fighter pilot who will be the first non-NASA astronaut to join a lunar mission. The 10-day journey will take the crew beyond the far side of the moon and deeper into space than any human has ventured before.
President Donald Trump is the first sitting U.S. president to attend Supreme Court oral arguments. Trump arrived at the High Court this morning for oral arguments on his executive order limiting birthright citizenship. Trump doesn't want it to apply to babies born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. The 14th Amendment states, quote, persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, end quote. The Trump administration argues the jurisdiction part empowers the president's executive order. Critics argue changing birthright citizen would be logistically challenging. They say U.S. citizens might end up having to document their children's immigration status.
Yesterday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order in the Oval Office that targets mail-in voting. The president's order reportedly calls for the Department of Homeland Security to create a list of verified U.S. citizens who are eligible to vote. The U.S. Postal Service would be directed to take new measures to ensure ballots are sent to eligible voters. That would include a barcode placed on ballot envelopes. Trump has long claimed that U.S. elections are filled with fraud and that voting by mail is cheating. It is already illegal for a non-citizen to vote in federal elections. Those attempting to cast ballots in presidential and other elections risk prosecution and deportation.
President Donald Trump yesterday reacted to a federal judge's ruling blocking him from moving forward with any more construction on a massive new ballroom on the former site of the White House East Wing. The judge wrote in part, quote, the President of the United States is a steward of the White House for future generations of first families. He is not, however, the owner, end quote. The judge said without congressional authorization, quote, construction has to stop, end quote. The lead architect says the ballroom project has an estimated size of roughly 89,000 square feet, dwarfing the 55,000 square foot primary White House structure. Trump says the ballroom is expected to cost between $300 million and $400 million, but doesn't need congressional approval because it's being funded by private donations. But opponents say the private financing is part of the problem. And while President Trump says he doesn't need congressional approval, those who disagree say Congress should have done something earlier to oppose the project. National Public Radio and the Public Broadcasting Service scored a win in the court against the Trump administration yesterday.
Judge Randolph Moss said a key part of Presidential Donald Trump's executive order targeting the media entities was unconstitutional. The ruling blocks the administration from denying funds based on editorial viewpoint. Moss said Trump's executive order crossed a First Amendment line. Congress says last summer had already federal support and NPR and PBS, but this ruling now opens the door for public media entities to regain some funds in the future. That's because public broadcasters could still draw grants from federal agencies given the judge's ruling. In a statement, PBS said it was thrilled with the decision in the wake of actions by the president and Congress. Several local public radio and TV stations have had layoffs. Stations also had to cut back on their programming.
President Donald Trump has suggested the U.S. is considering leaving NATO. That's what he told British publication Telegraph. Trump has repeatedly criticized a lack of support from NATO members for the Iran war. Members of NATO have been reluctant to deploy military assets to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial oil shipping lane that Iran effectively closed in response to the U.S. and Israel attacks. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer responded to Trump's comments by stressing that NATO remains, quote, the single most effective military alliance the world has ever seen, end quote. And he reiterated that Britain will not, quote, get dragged into, end quote, the war with Iran.
Eli Lilly has agreed to buy Centessa Pharmaceuticals for an initial payment of about $6.3 billion. The pharmaceutical company could up paying another $1.5 billion if U.S. regulators eventually approve two drugs Centessa is working on. UK-based Centessa is working on a new class of drugs for excessive daytime sleepiness and other neurological conditions. The deal is expected to close in the third quarter, pending approval by Centessa's shareholders as well as regulators.
Dozens of people have been killed in western Haiti as armed gangs attack civilians and burn homes. A hospital in St. Marc, north of the Port-au-Prince, reports treating more than a dozen injured.
A rights group estimates the death toll rose as high as 70 by Monday, and more than 5,000 people are displaced. This is what independent journalist Arnold Isaac, who is in the capital of Port-au-Prince, has to say about the situation on the ground.
What we know happened over the weekend and still happening as we speak is that many people have been killed and injured in clashes between gangs from various areas. It's not, sadly, the first time that this is happening in that area, but the firepower really is the new element in these clashes where several civilians have been killed.
A UN report from last week indicates that at least 26 gangs operate in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince, where life has been all but come to a standstill as armed groups control key routes. Some 1.4 million people have been forced to flee their homes, and between March of last year and January of this year, more than 5,500 people have been killed.
Fairly great conditions as you're stepping out the door right now. I'll tell you about more severe weather that is headed towards east central Indiana coming up after the break.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Welcome back. Tomorrow will be a year since 3 tornadoes impacted our viewing area on One State Day.
NewsLink Indiana's chief weather forecaster, Joseph Wakey, looks back at the event and provides some tornado safety tips.
Spring in the Midwest. It's the prime time for severe weather as the seasons continue to change. I'm outside Community Church, which was one of many buildings impacted by last year's tornado.
In a laundry room, in a basement, perhaps even a closet. All right, we're going to go off air real quick. We are seeing this rotation close to our region.
This was the NewsLink Indiana weather team 1 year ago tomorrow after an observed tornado was on the ground in Delaware County, which at one point was 5 miles from the Ball State campus. 3 tornadoes touched down in the NewsLink Indiana viewing area. The most prominent one? An EF2 that impacted northwestern Delaware County. These photos are from NewsLink Indiana viewers who were impacted by the tornado. Touching down at 9:57 p.m., the EF2 tornado stayed on the ground for 20 minutes and covered a path of over 15 miles. At its maximum strength, it was 200 yards wide with peak winds at 125 miles per hour. Thankfully, no lives were lost. However, those tornadoes reinforced the importance of storm safety. In the event of a tornado, it is important to remember the following. Be in the lowest level or most interior room of your home away from windows. Stay away from trees and down power lines, and contrary to popular belief, do not shelter under overpasses, as they are one of the least safe places to be in a tornado. Finally, shelter in place until the tornado warning has ended. Last year, we were on the scene at Westdale Middle High School the following day to keep viewers up to date on all types of weather conditions in our viewing area. Now, as I return to this exact location 1 year later, one thing remains the same. Tornado safety should never be taken for granted. Make sure you have a way to receive warnings and follow the NLI Weather Facebook page for everything you need to know. In Gaston, I'm Joe Sawicki, NewsLink, Indiana.
And with us today is Ball State University and NewsLink Indiana alumni Oliver Moster here. Oliver, what's the tornado chances looking like for today?
Well, thankfully, tornado chances are very low for today, but tomorrow we do have the chance for a little bit more severe weather here in East Central Indiana. Let's take a look at that live camera outside the Cooper Science Building. Still seeing those gray skies and still seeing a couple of showers across across the East Central Indiana area. Again, this is what we're seeing stepping out the door. These cool conditions, fairly breezy out there as well, coming from the east-northeast at around 10 to 15 miles an hour sustained. Visibility is still fairly high. Again, we aren't seeing too much rain in our area right now, but it is still on the cool side. Most of East Central Indiana in those 40s right now, though we do still have a couple of standouts there. 57 degrees in Portland, 50 degrees in Richmond, and 44 degrees in Muncie. As we take a look at the rest of the state, similar story. Nowhere too particularly warm today, besides down there in the southern portions of the state where the cold front hasn't cut through just yet. But as we take a look at the temperatures from 24 hours ago, we can really see that change here. A 34-degree drop in Muncie, but only a 10-degree drop in Bloomington. Again, that is where that cold front is right now. That's what brought us a little bit of that thunder last night and some severe weather up to our north. Now, again, we are still seeing some of those showers across our area. Fairly light rain still, a little bit breezy, of course. Definitely going to want to grab the umbrella and the jacket as you're stepping out the door, and that's going to be sticking with us throughout most of tonight. Take a look at your screen here at the Precision Cast. Now, this does have a couple of heavier downpours. Of course, we could still be seeing that as we are headed through these next 24 hours, but it's mostly going to be light rain, and it's going to continue as we're headed through the overnight hours. Again, tomorrow, though, that's what we're kind of watching out for the potential for maybe another rumble of thunder or two, especially as you're headed out the door tomorrow morning. Hopefully it clears out as we're getting into the later morning hours, and then that second round comes as we're getting into tomorrow evening. Also expecting to see a wet one here through the next 24 hours. Here's a forecasted rain until 1 p.m. About a quarter of an inch on top of what we have already seen. Again, this entire week is expected to be a wet one for Indiana. Those showers continuing tonight, 45 degrees for the expected low. Tomorrow does warm up just slightly, actually a little bit more than what significantly more than what we're seeing today, but similar to what we were seeing actually on your Tuesday. 77 degrees there at 5 p.m. Again, these cloudy skies continuing, the potential for some more storms as we're headed into the evening hours. But something that you're going to be noticing through the day is of course going to be those gusty conditions. Wind gusts getting up to around 30 miles an hour across East Central Indiana. Again, this is paused at 1:30 p.m. and we are seeing 29 miles an hour almost everywhere. It's going to be breezy, and we are going to have that storm chance as well as we're headed through the evening hours. See that breeze really picking up into Friday very early morning hours here, 4:30. Wind gusts getting up to around 40 miles an hour. It's probably going to be happening once you are in bed on Thursday. Again, seeing that storm chance. Everything does calm down as we're headed into the weekend. Here is your Ross 7-day forecast. Again, likely going to be seeing more showers Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, though thankfully we are staying warm. Something that I do want to point out, though, of course, at 48-degree high on Sunday. Yeah, that's not going to be very fun, especially because that's basically where we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, it kind of feels like we're on a roller coaster lately. It's just been up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, something I always like to say is that spring technically isn't a season.
Yes.
It's winter. It's the transition between winter and summer. So we're going to have these more colder days, these more winter-like days that we're seeing today. We're going to have more of those summer-like days, similar to what we're going to be seeing tomorrow.
Yeah. Most definitely. It's a bad time to be Flat Stanley. You know, he's
I like the way you think.
He's in Florida right now, probably with all this wind going everywhere.
I mean,
and the rain, it's just, I hate to be Paper right now.
Yeah, I would not like to be Paper either.
It's not fun. I like rain and all in the fall and stuff, but in the I'm ready for the summer.
But April showers, spring may foul.
They do.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Oliver. Coming up next is Jake Dickman with sports.
Thanks, Max and Mira. We'll have a look back on some of our outstanding coverage of Ball State soccer this past year, plus a friendly competition between myself and some of the top athletes here on campus. All this and more next in sports.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose, but here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. This is my time. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Find your place in space. This is my time. Space for All.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal.
This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana's One Ball State Day special. I'm Jake Dickman with sports. The Ball State women's soccer team have had quite the year, and NewsLink Indiana's Stephen Greta kept up with the Cards every step of the way.
Entering the 2025-2026 season, the Ball State women's soccer team was under new leadership. Head coach Andy Stutz stepped into the role of head coach for the very first time.
You know, I've been doing this a long time, and certainly being a first-time head coach, there's things that we're going to learn, no doubt about it. But I do feel prepared in that way to jump in and get going.
In his first season, Stutz led the Cards to a 10-7-3 record and a MAC championship berth, which was an improvement from last year's record of 7-8-3. And along with his experience, Stutz also brought with him a winning mindset.
That's why we play. We play because we're competitive. We play because we want to win championships and hold trophies at the end of the year.
But on the road to the MAC championships, the Cards took a day to appreciate their fans.
They're the reason, they're who we play for. You know, they are here for us the way that we're here for them.
And giving back to the fans is what made the day so special.
And so just giving back to the love that they give us is super important. So playing for them is what it's about.
With Stutz and the support of the fans, the Cards soared to the number 4 seed in the MAC championship in Columbus.
As a freshman, you know, you want to win games, but as a senior, it's not something you can recreate, just like trying to not let your career end.
After missing the MAC tournament last year for the first time since 2021, the Ball State women's soccer team made the return to the tournament this weekend. The 4th-seeded Cardinals would take on the 5th-seeded Kent State Golden Flashes in a game that would go the distance and end in penalty kicks. But getting back to the tournament was no easy feat.
We train fast, we train physical. You know, so we try to prepare our players as best we can for what they're going to see in the games. And
on top of the Cardinals getting their first tournament win since 2022, it was head coach Andy Stutz's first postseason win as a head coach.
More happy for our players, happy for our seniors that they get a chance to play another game.
And the accomplishments within the team don't stop there, with senior forward Addie Chester winning MAC Forward of the Year.
You don't come into a season with that goal. You know, my whole goal this season was win games, and the accolades that come with it do. So.
The next step in this tournament for the Cards is to take on the 1st-seeded Western Michigan Broncos. But despite being the underdogs, Chester is confident in her team.
And championship games come down to who wants it more, and I think that we're a team that's our identity, right? So hopefully we can pull out a few more here.
With the biggest game of the year still yet to come, the Cards are set on fighting till that final whistle. Despite their 1-0 loss to Western Michigan, the Cards are preparing for next fall in the spring, where they have 5 matches spread throughout March and April. In Muncie, Stephen Grotta, NewsLink, Indiana.
Shooting over to the hardwood, both the men's and women's Final Fours are set. On the men's side of things, the first matchup will pit number 2 UConn against number 3 Illinois. The Huskies are coming off a thrilling 19-point comeback against number 1 Duke, while Illinois has won every game this tournament by double digits. The other men's matchup will see 2 number 1 seeds face off in Arizona and Michigan. Tip-off for both games will take place on April 4th in Indianapolis. As for the women, it will be a battle of the 1 seeds. Number 1 UConn, who find themselves on a 54-game win streak, will take on number 1 South Carolina in the first Final Four matchup. On the other side, number 1 UCLA will take on number 1 Texas, who won their Elite Eight game by 36 points over Michigan. Both games will tip off on April 3rd from the Mortgage Matchup Center in Phoenix. In order to make up for Max's shortcomings in his Pro versus Average Joe series last One Ball State Day, I knew I had to step up. This time, however, I wanted it to be a little more unusual.
Last year, Max Robson got his butt kicked, but this time I'm here for revenge for NewsLink. And I'm joined by 4 lovely ladies from the field hockey team. If you guys could go down and introduce yourselves.
I'm Caroline Massey.
I'm Jemima Kittelbede.
I'm Lauren Lewis.
I'm TG Ronaldo.
And where are you guys all from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
I'm from Belgium.
I'm from England.
I'm from New Haven, Connecticut.
So we have quite a wide variety of backgrounds, different cultures, which is the beautiful thing about the field hockey team. I think you guys probably have the widest culture of anyone.
Yeah, probably.
So that's absolutely beautiful. But today is not about field hockey. It's about how good they are at soccer. Because I had to level the playing field for myself, because if I went against them in field hockey, it would not end well. So we're gonna see how good they are at soccer, and they're gonna take a few penalty kicks and see how many they can score on me.
Oh God,
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. She sent it down.
Okay. Let's go, JJ.
Oh, look at this, she's ready. They just got done with practice, so they're ready.
Crossbar challenge, hit me with yo. Wait, I've never done this in my life. Okay. No!
There we go. Made one save. Might be the only one today, but I made it. That's what's important.
Lauren, you got it. You got it, girl.
This is a national sport, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh.
Wait, you know when they're like,
yeah. Oh! Wait, go again.
No, I'm going again.
I also want to go again.
We all get one more try?
Yeah, let's go twice.
Okay.
Yes! Okay.
Well, it's clear. I think my years of soccer experience as a little 7-year-old may have come in handy and played a little bit of a role today. But I want to talk a little bit about what Ball State means to you and what you've gotten to do because of it. The theme for One Ball State Day is because of Ball State. So what are some of the cool things you guys have gotten to do because of Ball State?
Because of Ball State, I think a cool thing we've done as a team, we went to California in the fall and that was really fun. We played all the California teams.
Yeah, I guess going off of that, just like seeing all those big schools like in person and seeing their campuses and how it is there, like it was really cool to see.
Yeah, I think having so many people on our team from different places and different cultures is so interesting to see. It's so fun to have people on the team who speak more than one language and have different words for different things. I think it's so exciting.
I think all the people that I've been able to meet here from like different places and being able to visit them and just like make so many new friends here.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, next we have 3 young men who don't normally play with a stick like this. They normally use their feet. They're the special teams for football. So gentlemen, you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm Carson Holmer from Avon, Indiana, senior, and I'm kicker.
I'm Cole Stumbaugh. I'm from Plainfield, Illinois, and I'm the punter.
I'm Caden Britton. I'm from New Albany, Ohio, and I'm the long snapper.
Perfect. So we got the long snapper, the punter, and the kicker. How do you guys think you're going to be at this?
Not good.
Yeah, I think we're going to do exceptionally well.
Warming up, you were good, Carson. So
good?
Yeah.
You were pretty good.
Thank you.
So we're just going to run through some drills. We're just going to see what we can do, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself too much because I saw them in the warm-ups, and I think they're going to blow some people away. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Possibly.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Just hit it.
Nice.
Hey! There we go.
Hey. There you go.
All right. One more.
One more. Let's see what you can do here.
Hey!
Tell you what.
Good stuff.
Here we go, Caden.
If you ever get bored of kicking, you might have a future in this.
Hey!
Hey! Come on.
Okay.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I should have went first.
Hey.
Oh!
All right. Come on, Pony. Don't let us down.
Oh, rough start.
Here we go.
And rebound.
Come on.
And
hey.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Come on.
Easy.
Maybe
Get under it. Get under it.
I don't know.
Nice.
How about that?
Money.
Let's go. Huge.
4 for 4.
All right. Okay.
Told you it was gonna go.
All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, you just gotta, I'm not built for this.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, get that in there.
Maybe field hockey isn't for the faint of heart.
No.
Maybe a little bit of practice and.
No, again.
I mean,
a lot of respect for those field hockey players.
I know it's an Olympic sport. The USA might have a team.
Really?
Yeah. Not for us.
See if you guys
Not
can get
not for us,
it.
Ford.
Yeah, no.
Maybe one day, or maybe they'll just stick to football and I'll stick to journalism. I don't know.
It's for the best, yeah.
But yeah, so the last part of this, the theme for One Ball State Day this year is because of Ball State. So I'll give you guys a second to think here. But I want to hear about something cool that's happened to you, whether it be a memory on the field, in the classroom, just on campus, maybe even like a friendship you've made or something, just something you've got to do because of Ball State.
Yeah. So honestly, there's not really one specific memory, but just the relationships I've made There's guys that I've met here that are going to be my wedding that I'll talk to till the day I die, and I'll forever be grateful for that. Because Ball State, they brought me closer to those guys and allowed me to make those connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my favorite football memory is being at Auburn and hitting that field goal when I couldn't hear my own voice, and that was just really cool to see and just be around. And the teachers that I've met here are amazing, and just the connections I made through them is huge. And just being around them they're teaching me a lot. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, building off of what Carson said, I've met some friends that I'll stick with for life through this place, and on top of living out my dream to play college athletics, I've met a great group of people that I know I'm going to stick with for the rest of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Last but certainly not least, the soccer team kicking field goals. Football, same thing, different style of ball, but I don't think it will matter. I think all three of them are going to do great. Ladies, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name's Kaylin Velo, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
I'm Audrey Goodyear. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm Kate Palante. I'm from Westfield, Indiana.
And I'm Jake Dickman, as you already know, and this is the one I'm most worried about. So I think I'm going to get my butt kicked, but we'll see how well it goes. So let's get to kicking.
All right, first one in. I'll go, can I go second? I don't want to go last.
I'll hold it for you here.
Okay.
Are you right-footed or left-footed?
Kaylin, we're all right-footed.
Yep.
She's got it. Oh yeah! Bang! Bang!
I'm out of my league.
Do you want to go next or? You want to go next?
I'll go.
Okay,
I'll go now. Thank you. All right, let's go. Woo! Scared me a little there. Straight through those uprights. Right. Okay, pose. Let's go, KP. Bang! Dang, you can make that from 40.
We'll give everyone a redo.
Yeah, right. It's just for fun. All right, let's see it. Oh, just short. Bomb through it. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Get there. There we go. Woo. Scared. KP, this is easy for you, light work. Get that. Oh, beautiful. All right. There. Oh my God, that's good. Holy.
So as we learned, I'm not a field goal kicker. I never claimed to be, and I feel bad for every NFL kicker and college kicker that I've ever said they should have hit that. They are allowed to talk all the rah-rah they want because you saw how well they went. But I just want to ask you guys something. What is your favorite thing that's happened because of Ball State? That's the One Ball State Day theme, because of Ball State. So what's something fun that comes to memory that happened because of Ball State?
Yeah, Ball State brought me my closest friends, so for sure that.
Yeah. Shout out Frog Baby, our little statue in front of the library. Helped me pass my freshman year finals. Went with my freshman year roommate and rubbed its nose, and yeah.
I think from One Ball State Day that brought me some memories is traveling the whole team and getting to experience all the memories with our team. So that's great.
Sure.
Cool.
I don't think I'm cut out for it.
Yeah, you get
at least college sports.
You get it now
Definitely
too.
not professional. I do.
Okay, Jake, you did a lot better than Max did. So
I went up against them in the sports that they played.
Right,
How am I supposed to compete?
I'm just saying.
I almost won the 3-point contest last year.
I'm impressed, Jake.
Almost.
Keyword almost.
I tied in a round.
Tied.
Yeah, did you tie?
America doesn't believe in ties. That's some European soccer thing.
That is a lot of the soccer.
Okay, let me break this up. I'm very impressed.
The soccer players kicked my butt.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The real thing is, I did decent. You did a little bit better than decent. The next sports director is going to have to actually win.
There's a lot of pressure on the next sports director to win.
Best of luck to you. Well, thank you so much, Jake. Of course. Coming up after the break, see how Ball State is handling Stress Awareness Month.
And learn how a Muncie local uses art to soothe the stress he has experienced.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
I'm a medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. Went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, it's infantry. Deploying is what we sign up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service,
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head. You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes. Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right? I always feel like I can solve my own problems, but eventually, you just can't deal with it on your own.
And you start to question, maybe people would be better off without me. When you realize that you're not alone, once you take that first step, there's so much support.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is pre-retirement.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head. You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana's special One Ball State broadcast. I'm Max Robson.
And I'm Mira Bloomer. If you're just tuning in, we have been highlighting the work we've done by our talented crew of journalists.
Behind us right now in the studio are the loved ones of former NewsLink Indiana news director Grace Benkowski. After graduating in May of 2024 and leaving a lasting legacy in our newsroom, Grace tragically passed away in July 2024.
To keep her memory alive in the newsroom, the media department created a plaque of her legacy. It is NewsLink's proud honor to show how her impact is being carried.
We are going to broadcast some of this unveiling ceremony to see exactly how she changed the newsroom for the better.
Be it Ball State University, the Chicagoland area, or anyone fighting for commuter safety around the world, Grace is with us. Her love for life and others will never leave us. Uncle Mike. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for coming. I know that it's a busy day. It's a Wednesday, and all of you have work. So thank you, especially to my post-grad people for making it tonight. When I came to Ball State, I thought I was going to be a print writer, and then Max Robson, wherever he is on the desk, convinced me to join NewsLink after I had seen Grace do it for about 3 years before me. I had seen her go through auditions and breaking news and, in fact, wanting to pull her hair out in this room, and I have now experienced it myself. I started NewsLink as just trying to get it out of the way to see if I'd like broadcasts, and I thought I wouldn't. And I never thought that I would end as news director, like how she ended. It's very funny in a way because I see a lot of herself in myself. I find myself thinking very often, what would Grace do? It's very difficult in this room, especially as Anna said, this time of the world. It's very scary. We go on our phones and all we see is, you know, Jim Carrey's cloned and whatever, whatnot. But it's very scary and it's very difficult. And I know a lot of my exec team could speak to this, that we started doing this as sophomores, which was, we're ready to get out of here. But it was difficult, and Grace, Anna, and Alex really believed in us. And I remember one Ball State Day specifically very, very special to me because my freshman year, Grace was the one who encouraged me to start producing. And she asked me to co-produce the show with her, and it was, I think, a 4-hour show. And afterwards, she texted me, and pardon my French, but she said, "Wasn't that kind of badass?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "You just co-produced a show as a freshman for 4 hours, and it was a fundraising show." And I think from that point on, I realized that she saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself at the time. And that was in April of 2024, and then that following summer is when she passed. And so stepping back into this newsroom that following fall, knowing I'm a sophomore, being such a high position in this newsroom, trying to lead a staff while trying to figure out my own life was very difficult. I think
During her time here, Grace wanted to make a lasting impact and continue to help students just like her. This plaque is hanging in the newsroom to memorialize her legacy. The Grace Benkowski Memorial Scholarship goes towards the Department of Media majors. Any gift made to will add and grow the fund.
As the month of April begins, college students are in need of support as the stress of finals becomes reality. NewsLink Indiana's Arlene Thompson took a peek into the counseling services available at Ball State.
On the south side of campus, Ball State's Counseling Center is available as a resource for students. They offer online screenings, group and individual therapy, and a website providing information on different resources.
So I think one of the reasons why it's important to have resources available to students is that it provides a layer of support, and it also allows students to feel like they don't have to tackle all of their stressors or worries on their own.
A survey by the Healthy Minds Network stated that 33% of students have moderate to severe anxiety symptoms, with 50% diagnosed with a lifetime mental disorder. It's been shown that 20% of Ball State students use the Counseling Center resources.
Anxiety has been the #1 presenting concern for over 10 years.
According to Driscoll, stressors can come from classes, deadlines, navigating schedules, deciding majors, and financial hardships. She recommends utilizing the free Canvas-based programs and using Well-Tracked Boost, an app that offers educational information around mental health.
I think sometimes when things get really stressful, especially during finals, people forget to kind of like go back to the basics. So thinking about, are you getting enough sleep?
Driscoll says that these basic self-care practices have been proven to be important to manage and tolerate stress.
If you're making sure that you're eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, drinking your water, moving your body, like some of those basic self-care things.
While the counseling center is also a great place to learn how to manage stress, there are also ways to go about it yourself.
I try to write in a journal. Whenever I'm feeling really stressed about it, it helps to kind of just get my thoughts down, especially if I don't have anyone to talk to.
Ball State offers more resources than just the counseling center, with places like the Learning Center, Writing Center, and Career Center, as well as additional academic support with student success coaches. In Muncie, Arlene Thompson, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Counseling Center also serves as a place to support faculty and parents who may need additional help in learning how to support students. If you or someone you know is struggling with anxiety, visit the Counseling Center in Lucina Hall.
An artist's pair of hands have been finding the beauty in imperfection, both in clay and in people. NewsLink Indiana's Brooke Fallrad sat down with the man behind the pottery wheel.
Better on the old body.
Pottery is a delicate art form, considering how just one move can change the clay entirely. This makes it crucial to embrace imperfections, and one local studio is finding the beauty in that.
Come on, big guy.
Made in Muncie Pottery gets its name from its very own local owner, Torrin Scott. He began his passion for pottery when he was 14. His art style? A theme of happiness in times of hardship. One recent milestone from his art career has been a line of robots, ranging from smaller creations with patches and quirks to working on robots that stand multiple feet tall with pipes.
And I know that these guys are fun and playful and goofy, and not everyone picks up that they have anything to do with anything other than being playful and goofy, and there's some joy in that for me too.
These bots mirror the screws and bolts that he too has gotten through the years. In 2007, Scott joined the United States Navy as, quote, the old guy.
So they called me Grandpa in boot camp. That was fun.
And in 2010, Scott had just gotten off of work as an aviation electrician when he was struck by a drunk driver.
It was a hit and run. They never caught the guy. I saw him swerving and coming towards us as we were walking up the road after work, and started to try to get away, and he clipped my right knee and threw me up over the car.
After rounds of surgery, he was medically retired from the Navy.
My whole leg went that way, so this is all donor tendon now. I joked that in the middle of the night, I think the donor was a salsa dancer, and I get up. No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
Scott spent over 9 months recovering on his back from full body injuries. He then had to focus on relearning basic motor skills like hand dexterity. His future in pottery started to feel like a distant dream, but the same passion he thought he had to give up was exactly what saved him. During his recovery, Scott spent time at a studio in San Diego. As he began to work with the clay again, he felt his dexterity come back.
Clay allowed me to do everything that I've been able to do, but it's also allowed me to express that everything can still be okay even if it's not perfect.
In 2011, he left San Diego after buying what is now Made in Muncie. Returning to his hometown, Scott came back with a fresh perspective on life.
Make Muncie great because you're here for as long as you're here. Yeah. And you might get hit by a car tomorrow and be on your back for 9 months or not make it, and so don't wait.
In Muncie, Brooke Fallrad, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right.
Made in Muncie will be moving a few doors down from the current location. Scott is excited for the new space to be on one floor for improved accessibility. After some remodeling, the location will open in October. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for this rain to go away.
I know. I mean, we had a few days of no rain, and now all that rain came today just in time for one Ball State, and it's like, what are we doing?
I know.
I'm honestly fine with the rain. I don't want the wind. The wind is what annoys me. I can't play basketball outside. I can't play football outside. It's too windy to do everything. What am I supposed to do? Stay inside?
I mean, even walking here with our anchor clothes on this morning, I was like, oh no.
It messes up the hair.
It does. It messes up the hair.
Yeah, you've got all that umbrella and stuff, but let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. And you're going to see, as we go throughout the next 7 days, a change in temperatures will rise back up into the 70s by tomorrow, and then 70s throughout the early part of the weekend, but just in time for for Easter will fall back down to the 40s as a cold front moves through overnight on Saturday. But once this rain does move through, you'll see plenty of sunshine for the beginning of next week, with those temperatures more spring-like, right around the 50s, which is our average temperature of 58 degrees. So everyone, like I said, we're going to be seeing a little bit of rain for the next few days, but once we get past that rain, it's more spring conditions, just in time for the beginning of April.
Yes. I'm ready for those flowers. I'm ready to see them all, for sure.
I hope. I'm waiting for the flowers because every time the weather's different, I always just go, what's happening? What's going on?
I know.
It's just really hard. It's hard to dress.
I blame the groundhog. I still blame the groundhog.
It's all his fault.
Well, it is so hard to dress, and from Indiana, I just need to be better at it in general.
Well, it's like they say, if you don't like the weather in Indiana, wait an hour.
Yeah, we have only 12 seasons.
It is true.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for joining us for this One Ball State Day special.
After the break, we will have some new faces and more One Ball State Day fun. Stay with us.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me, and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay. Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for All.
A medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. Went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, I was infantry. Deploying is what we sign up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours.
Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together. It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head. You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for NewsLink Indiana's One Ball State Day special. My name is Tatum Harris.
And I'm Stella Davis.
Donations made today to fund organizations and other publications within the UML.
It also supports aspiring journalists, funds our equipment, and helps to improve the quality of our coverage.
We are now in the home stretch of our One Ball State Day broadcast. Through today's show, viewers like you have been donating to help us.
The total amount raised for the OBSS so far is $20,000 or $100,000, with NewsLink raising $20,000.
If you would like to make a donation to student media at Ball State University, like NewsLink Indiana, you still have time to do so.
In order to do so, visit oneballstateday.bsu.edu. There you can navigate to participating groups and click College of Communications and Media from there. Select Ball State Student Media, select the Give Now button, and under Fund designation, select Student Media and Agency Fund. We appreciate all of the support for student media programs like NewsLink Indiana that allow Ball State students to receive a hands-on experience. Libraries hold more than pages and spines. They're windows into history, especially here in Muncie. In November, the Muncie Public Library actually held their 150th anniversary. NewsLink Indiana's Aiden Murray flipped through the pages of their history for more.
With limestone walls and an intricate stained glass dome, one historic Muncie building has turned 150 years old. This space not only serves the community through information, but also education. Muncie Public Library has been an influence on the community for decades.
In the very, very early, like I would say 1903, 1904, is when Carnegie Library opened, and it was built with a grant from Andrew Carnegie. So the building actually has remained as a library for all of these years.
MPL first started as a reading room in 1875. Carnegie Library became the first official location of the organization. With its title of a historic building, Carnegie has had almost no changes to the architecture since it was built.
There used to be a balcony in it at one time. We now have a public meeting room that wasn't there originally. But the architecture on the outside is the same. It's on the National Registry of Historic Places, so we really can't change much to it.
Over time, Carnegie Library has evolved beyond its original purpose. Now, it serves as a specialty center for local history and genealogy, with free public access to computers and Wi-Fi. The event hosted by the library aims to celebrate not only the 150 years of service, but also the history behind Muncie itself.
It's 150 years of tradition that we hope will go on for another 150 years. We think that we're vital to the Muncie community.
The roots that come from Carnegie persist within the community by supporting programs and providing people with a place to connect.
That's what keeps the library vital and servicing the community in the way that it's intended.
The celebration of Carnegie Library marks a monumental checkpoint for the building and Muncie Public Libraries. Now, MPL is turning the page and starting a new chapter, looking towards the future. In Muncie, Aiden Murray, NewsLink, Indiana.
With summer break coming up, the Muncie Public Library is making it their mission to find something that is productive and also educational for children. NewsLink Indiana's Ava Lenz is opening the next chapter for MPL.
In a quiet environment with chairs, beanbags, and rows of books lies a summer reading program. The Muncie Public Library has a mission to keep children engaged in their education and to prevent a backslide in their comprehension and reading skills.
We're really thrilled to see that Muncie Community Schools were recognized recently for so many of their third graders succeeding and passing the iRead test. That's so important for the community.
Last year, the program saw 800 children who signed up, and about 595 of them participated in the program and actually attended the events and read books during the program's time period.
People really challenge themselves. Maybe they'll tell us how many books they think they're going to try to read during the summer months and challenge themselves to meet that goal.
This program, children are able to improve their education while enjoying reading. It sets a reminder that education can be fun and likable.
So if they don't feel like reading, but they still want to be included with their friends into this program, like they can do activities that are still educational or fun or community bringing without having to worry about their Lexile scores and things like that.
Entire families have signed up as a way to grow together. With the program being available to adults, it makes it easy for children to participate.
It doesn't matter if you struggle with reading or not, you get to read. And it's just about how much time did you spend reading.
The Muncie Public Library strives to stimulate young minds even when schools are not in session.
By reading through the summer and also discovering reading for pleasure. It's not always for a class project or for a class assignment. They might discover that they enjoy reading more than they thought they did.
In Muncie, Ava Lenz, NewsLink, Indiana.
The starting date for the summer reading program is from June 1st through July 31st. The program is free of charge and available to anyone in and outside of Delaware County.
By joining student media, a world of opportunities can open up. These opportunities can range from award shows following the success of our sports team and even special broadcasts like this.
Right, Stella, I was lucky enough to accompany a trip to the Indiana Dunes and take a look. Well, the weather was really, really nice at the Indiana Dunes that day. Not too cold, but it's been a little bit cold this morning, especially with that rain.
Yeah, I'm feeling jealous of the weather at the Indiana Dunes.
I know. I wish it was a little bit warmer. You know, maybe we could have gone swimming or something, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, let's see what weather's got.
Thank you, guys. Right about now here in Muncie, we are seeing some scattered showers along within our surrounding area. Temperatures are sitting in the 40s here. As we can see, that cold front has just passed. They are getting a lot warmer temperatures down south. Now today, I'll be covering the continued rain showers in our area, a windy Thursday to come, and a temperature rebound into the early week next week.
Thanks, Daphne. It's not often that Muncie sees movie stars from Hollywood, let alone Australia. NewsLink Indiana's Kamara Mudd was able to grab a front row seat to one of their premieres here in Muncie.
Over 800 seats, a large popcorn, and Hugh Jackman? The Australian actor returned to Muncie, this time inviting the city out for a night of songs sung blue. Ball State teamed up with Jackman's production team to have an exclusive event like this for the first time.
Well, so I think it's a reflection of what somebody as world famous as Hugh Jackman thinks about our university, thinks about the quality of our culture, thinks about the passion and talent of our students, that he wanted to come here and promote the film today.
Lines were flooding out of the door with community members excited to experience a rare opportunity, previewing a movie earlier than its release and meeting the main character in the same day.
It's huge. We love it. Yeah, it's awesome. And, you know, Muncie, to some of us, still feels like a kind of a small place. It's like, oh, wow, big Hollywood actor here.
Jackman says this won't be his last time in Muncie thanks to the hospitality and strength from the community, which is what his new movie is all about.
Sometimes smaller communities that show up for each other, no matter what's going on in life, and dreaming big. And that's what Muncie is to me. I met 70 people from here that make me feel like I'm back in Australia.
Shuffling between theaters, Jackman made sure to engage and acknowledge everyone present. He fulfilled his purpose in community engagement by showing love to students, workers, and staff. In Muncie, Kamara Mudd, NewsLink, Indiana.
The film premiered on Christmas Day, which opened domestically at over $7 million. Jackman's next work, The Death of Robin Hood, is set to release on June 19th.
As we said earlier, campus is going to be very lively today.
We're going live with NewsLink Indiana's Aiden McNally outside the Scramble Light for a look at the continued One Ball State Day events. Aiden, how are things looking outside?
Thank you, guys. I'm outside the Scramble Light, just outside Emmons Auditorium, where there was a Bob Dylan concert last night. But today, it's One Ball State Day, and the Cardinal community has not disappointed, even with the rain and colder temperatures from earlier in the day. The vibes and energy has been unmatched, different from other days on campus I have noticed. I've also seen some potential future Cardinals on campus today. A lot of tours coming in. A great day to have some students tour the campus, whether it be incoming freshmen and underclassmen in high school. Some recent events: at 1 p.m. there was the One Ball State Day dunk tank, where I saw athletic director Jeff Mitchell get dunked. That was interesting. At 2 p.m. there was the Shakes and Shirts event, where students were able to gather and enjoy some steak and shake shakes while picking up some One Ball State Day shirts to rep their Cardinal pride. At 4 p.m. here in just a little bit, we'll have our first ever student dodgeball tournament for One Ball State Day. Everyone looks to be having a great time, and I'm excited to see what One Ball State Day brings in the evening. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Aiden. Coming up after the break, see how one Muncie group promotes creativity and community.
And look at some behind-the-scenes fun from our production crew. Stay tuned.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Why I'm
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
A medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. Went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, it's infantry. Deploying is what we signed up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
Welcome back. At the Cup in the Village, a weekly event invites people to do needlework and socialize. What came from its over 10-year-long run was an escape from both experienced and new members. NewsLink Indiana's Daniel Huber tells us about how people are creating a patchwork of friends.
Every Sunday at 3 o'clock, a small group forms at the corner of a coffee shop and begins to pull out their craft supplies. They're here to do two things.
Stitch and bitch.
Stephanie Keller, cross-stitching a bookmark of the Shire from Lord of the Rings, has been a part of the Muncie chapter of the Stitch and Bitch for 10 years. As someone who works from home, she says it's the best part of her week.
So this is my time to get out and socialize. I've gotten several people back into cross-stitch because I was originally the only cross-stitcher in the group. And it's just, every Sunday we get together and we have a lot of fun.
The Stitch and Bitch has its roots in World War II, and while the world was tied up in knots, women back home formed knitting clubs to do what the name suggests. The gathering is not only for people who do needlework, though.
Some people bring their sketchbooks and stuff. Riley here likes to bring a lot of alternative stuff like gluing googly eyes on things.
As the day goes on, more people join the circle, and what once started as 3 people quickly became 12 crafters. Crafters that became new friends for Corvid Lansall.
For the longest time, I convinced myself that I was incapable of making friends, and the people who were friends with me, it was like, yeah, they don't want to be my friend. They don't actually like me. I was like, no, they do like me, and I'm capable of having people like me.
After going to the gatherings for 3 weeks, the art and the community helped Lansall get rid of this 13-year-long mental struggle.
There are people in my corner, and I'm totally capable of having more than like 3 people in my corner. I can have whole communities, and that's really nice.
A community formed, one stitch at a time. In Muncie, Daniel Huber, NewsLink, Indiana.
The club meets every Sunday at 3 o'clock. As they've become regulars, the baristas have the drinks already prepared for their members. To learn more, you can visit their Facebook group.
NewsLink Indiana may present itself with our reporters and anchors, but there is so much more to be said about our production staff. Take a look at this special video that showcases those who choose to stay behind the scenes.
Happy One Ball State Day. I'm Ben Caldwell, the production manager of NewsLink Indiana.
And I'm Tegan Chandler, the assistant production manager.
This year, our production team took on an interesting challenge.
That's right. For One Ball State Day, we had our members guess what's inside the box.
We gave them 5 random objects that they had to identify without looking inside to see who could eventually get the most correct.
Let's see if our production members know what's in the box.
Let's see.
Go slow. You don't want to scare them.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm scared now. Oh, this is the teleprompter. Is this the teleprompter?
The teleprompter device thing.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Is this the teleprompter?
Yeah, it's the teleprompter thingy.
Oh, this is the I just did this last night. This is the teleprompter wheel thing. I don't know what to call it. The script. It's something script. Q script.
Is it the dial for the teleprompter?
Whoa.
It feels like a controller of some sort.
I have no idea.
What in the world?
I have not a clue.
I've never used this or anything like this before, I can say for sure.
Is this a calculator or something, or?
Label maker?
It feels like a calculator. Or no, is it a label printer?
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
This has to be a calculator, there's no way.
I'm gonna go label maker, I don't know.
Okay.
Is this a label maker?
This is a remote of some kind.
See, my brain wants to say calculator, so I might just have to stick with calculator.
Okay, it opens.
It's like a mic of some sort.
Oh, this is a mic.
It's just a lavalier mic. I don't guess.
A wired microphone device.
Yeah, that's a mic.
Yeah, it's a lavalier mic. Final guess.
Or it's a bike in a pack.
Wait a minute. Oh wait, no. Is this like an in-ear? This is what's throwing me off, whatever this is. I'm gonna go mic pack with earpiece.
Why does this feel so papery?
Oh, this is a book.
It's a book?
A book.
What book?
I don't know, man. I don't read books.
This thing has pages.
Oh, it's a book.
This is a book, and it's it's the Bible.
Do I have to guess the type of book? Or can I just say?
Bonus points for what?
A bonus points if I find out what book it is?
I know this is not some kind of book. Not just any book. Probably a book of mystery.
Hey y'all, what kind of book is this? Somebody tell me. Pages are too thick to be a Bible.
This is a chunky book. This feels like it could be like a dictionary or something.
Is it like the AP thing, the AP guide?
Is this the AP book?
Maybe it's an AP style. People use AP style. That's the only thing that's coming to mind.
This is gonna be one of those like AP writing style books. That's my guess.
I couldn't tell you what book. I know it's a book that's not a Bible.
Okay, definitely foam-like.
This isn't anything related to the UML, is it? I didn't think so.
I feel like it's a boxing glove, but it's not because it's like super foamy.
That's a fist. Is this a Hulk fist? No, that's a finger. Okay.
Some like foam finger thing.
I think it's a foam hand. Like a foam fist.
Is this like a big pointer finger?
It is the foam finger.
Yeah, final guess. It's a big foam pointer finger glove.
It's the hawk fins, right?
I want to say it's like a Hulk hand.
We've got some cloudy skies here today at Cooper Science. We can see from our sky cam, not very visible. Today we're going to be outlining rain showers, temperature is about 44 degrees, and it is very, very cloudy outside. Tune in later.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes. Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right? I always feel like I can solve my own problems, but eventually, you know, you just can't deal with it on your own. And you start to question, maybe people would be better off without me. And you realize that you're not alone. Once you take that first step, there's so much support.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now outside Cooper Science, we are seeing some pretty cloudy skies. Our current temperature is 43 degrees and our dew point is 40, which is what's causing a lot of our overcast looks outside. Right now we're seeing spotty showers and temperatures sitting in the 40s. They're seeing a little bit colder up north and a little bit warmer down south. Now the same goes for the whole state of Indiana. We're seeing that that cold front did pass through Indiana, or Muncie earlier today, and those warm temperatures are staying in the south, unfortunately not with us here. We have had a pretty drastic temperature change of minus 33 degrees in Muncie. Now we're seeing minus 30 in Indianapolis and pretty much the same for all of those cities that that cold front has passed through. Those spotty showers are going to stick with us here in Muncie throughout the afternoon, and we're seeing into the evening we could also get more spotty showers. They're going to hit us again at about midnight and again at about 5. And it's going to clear up a little bit later into the day, which will be a nice break, but unfortunately we are going to get hit again with that. Now, rain is forecasted to be less than ½ an inch, pretty much across the board. The highest amount that we have is 0.3 inches, 4.3 inches over in Lebanon, and here in Muncie we have 0.37, and in Richmond they do have the lowest amount with 0.27. Now tonight we're going to see temperatures around 45 degrees. Those rain showers are going to continue for us, and winds are going to sit around 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, those temperatures are going to hop up from 57 at 8 a.m. We're going to see that temperatures get into the 70s, and we may get a break from the rain here or there. Now, wind gusts are going to be pretty high around mid-Thursday. We're going to see them spike up again pretty early in the morning on Friday. And the next 7 days is going to continue with the trend of rain for the next few, but into the weekend we are going to see it lighten up a little bit, and temperatures are going to be in the 70s. So that'll be a very nice break for us there. Temps are going to get a little bit lower there on Sunday, but come up with us into next week. So that'll be nice though. I've been getting tired of the rain, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it is officially April though, so now I can finally say April showers are going to bring May flowers, hopefully.
For sure.
It's been nice to see flowers pop up around campus.
Yeah, definitely. I saw some tulips outside the health professions building this morning, so that was exciting.
Yes, even when I see buds on the trees, I'm like, oh yes, it's finally coming.
I know. I walked outside earlier and I saw dandelions, and honestly, it was really nice.
Yeah. It seems too good to be true.
I
I'm still
know.
waiting for another snow.
Well, hopefully not another snow, probably a lot more rain to come this spring.
For sure, but we will keep track of that as we go.
All right, well, thank you so much, Daphne.
Thanks, Tatum and Stella. A look at Ball State's new men's basketball coach, and find out what Ball State students said their favorite Ball State sport is. All this and more next in sports.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy
tell them that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana's One Ball State Day special. I'm Stephen Grotto with sports. One Ball State sport has been flying under the radar, but the work they put in to their craft doesn't go unnoticed. NewsLink Indiana's Allison Brannicky has more.
A familiar face to athletic events and campus celebrations, the Ball State cheer team has been hosting open gyms in preparation for tryouts. Reflecting on their last season, their work went way beyond what most may recognize. The team not only manages game day skills, but also practices routines for their own competition to win themselves a title. Wendy Richards was on the team herself and has been coaching cheer for 30 years.
We are under athletic umbrella. That changed in the fall of '91. Before that, we were in student affairs. When I cheer, we were in student affairs. So we are under the umbrella. We're not considered a varsity sport because the NCAA doesn't recognize it.
The team traveled in late January to Orlando, Florida to fight for a national trophy. Annabelle Baer transferred to Ball State after Coach Richards reached out to her, experiencing UCA Nationals as a senior this year.
When I walked off of that mat, it kind of actually hit me that that was the last time I'd ever be doing it because I'm graduating this year. So it was really such a bittersweet time, and I wish that I could just go back because I'm not ready to be retired.
Without official athletic status, the team works with less resources than other Ball State sports.
A lot of people think we are on scholarship, and we do get that type of stuff, which we don't. We do get some financial support, which is nice. We have to subsidize it with fundraising like a lot of athletic teams do here, and people don't understand that.
Regardless, the community and school continues to show their support for the team.
We have volleyball games, basketball games, football games on top of appearances. So just like showing up to things like that and seeing everybody like cheer for us, I think that's a huge thing for all of us.
The team evolves each year, bringing in new talent with more advanced skills. Jordan Moss is the assistant coach, excited for what next season has to bring.
I feel like each year our talent that comes in is so much greater. We're able to do harder skills a little sooner. So that's always a perk to the program is people who see us do different events throughout the year, they look forward to coming here oftentimes.
The Ball State cheerleaders are redefining their program 1 year at a time, whether that's on the sidelines or the UCA national stage. In Muncie, Allison Brannicky, NewsLink, Indiana.
Switching from pom-poms to hoops, Cardinal fans will have a new face to get used to on the sidelines of Worthen next season. Ball State introduced him recently, and NewsLink Indiana's Jake Dickman got the lowdown on what to expect.
After 3 straight years of missing the MAC tournament, Ball State Athletic Director Jeff Mitchell knew it was time for a change at the top for men's basketball.
It boiled down to wins and losses, and we needed the opportunity to invigorate the program and bring new talent in to help us get back to where we want to be.
With an empty head coaching spot, the search began and came to a rather quick end when Mitchell saw the person best fit for the job out of over 40 candidates.
It was his breadth of experience, someone who has done every job in college basketball. That was key. He's been a part of winning staffs, and he's an excellent recruiter and a great developer of talent. Those things combined led me to him.
Chris Kapko was that person. And for him, the answer was clear when talking to Mitchell.
See Jeff, President Burns, those guys were incredible. Again, to go back on it, I don't think it made sense for me if there wasn't real alignment, and I didn't feel like I would go to a place where genuinely I could win. At that point, it just falls on me, and at least I feel like everything is in place where if I can do what I can do, we can be successful.
Someone with 19 years of collegiate coaching experience at just age 42, Kapko excels at 2 things: recruiting young talent and turning that young talent into professional grade. Last year, he led Southern Methodist University to the 4th best recruiting class in the nation. Kapko hopes to continue that trend here at Ball State.
We're going to do our best to identify the right people, but also identify the right players. It doesn't depend what type of star they have or anything like that. It ultimately comes down to winning, and in any state, in any conference, there are kids who are undervalued, who have been under-recruited, who go to specific schools and end up doing really well, end up having successful careers, and help you win a lot of games.
His development of that talent can't be understated, as the 42-year-old has seen 11 players drafted into the NBA. It starts early for Kapko, taking an approach of development even beyond the court.
You do it holistically because you try to develop the person, and then you try to develop as a player. They're still 18 to 24 years old. They still are maturing, so you got to try to develop them that way. And then you got to attack their weaknesses on the floor, and there's really no other way to do it than to get on the floor with them.
Ball State looks to find a fresh start. Chris Kapko could be exactly what they need. In Muncie, Jake Dickman, NewsLink, Indiana.
Driving things to Augusta National, one golf legend has been removed from the Masters roster for the upcoming tournament. Golf legend Tiger Woods will not play in this year's Masters. As of Wednesday, the prestigious tournament's website no longer lists Woods among the players. Augusta National Golf Club chairman Fred Ridley announced Tuesday Woods would not be in Augusta, Georgia for the Masters this month. Woods is now listed on the website under past champions not playing. In a statement Tuesday, Woods said he was stepping away from golf indefinitely to seek treatment following his rollover accident and DUI arrest in Florida last Friday. Woods said he recognizes the seriousness of the situation and he needs to focus on his health. Moving things to campus, I set out to find what sport Ball State students preferred the most. I interviewed 65 people, and here are the results. We're outside Schaefer Tower today on One Ball State Day, trying to figure out what Ball State's favorite Ball State sport is. Let's go. I'm here with
Ellie.
And your favorite Ball State sport is?
Women's basketball.
Thank you.
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball.
It is the Ball State Quidditch Club.
I'd say volleyball.
I have to go football.
I have to say basketball.
That's men's or women's?
Let's go men's.
It's definitely going to be basketball.
Basketball, men's or women's?
Men's.
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
And why?
We're on the team.
We're on the team. Go Cards.
Go Cards.
I say golf.
I'd say Ball State basketball.
Men's or women's?
Men's.
And is this due in part to you being on the team?
100%.
A little bit of bias there?
Not at all.
Men's basketball.
Men's volleyball. The theater and dance department.
Women's rugby.
Men's volleyball.
Football.
Love Ball State football.
I like our gymnastics team.
The Ball State basketball.
My favorite Ball State sport is golf. I don't have a favorite right now, but I know what sport we should add.
And what sport is that?
Women's flag football.
Gymnastics.
Basketball.
Men's or women's?
Men's.
Code Red. Getting to class through the scramble light on time.
Ball State esports.
And which esport?
I'll go with Valorant or Rocket League esports. I think my favorite Ball State sport is not a sport of the body, but a sport of the mind. Our forensic speech team. Definitely going with diving. The women's soccer.
The Code Red dance team.
I love the football games.
Volleyball.
Men's or women's?
Women's.
I'm here with
Hudson.
Hudson. What is your favorite Ball State sport?
Ball State women's soccer.
Probably men's volleyball.
Volleyball.
Men's or women's?
Women's.
My favorite Ball State sport is tennis because back in high school I used to play tennis.
I'll say the football. Football's pretty lit, yeah.
I really like men's volleyball.
Absolutely basketball.
Basketball, men's or women's?
For men's, it's gotta be men's volleyball.
I'd have to say women's basketball.
Girls volleyball.
Cheerleading.
Low-key women's volleyball.
Rugby.
Women's rugby.
Football.
Basketball, men's or women's? Mixture of both.
Probably football. Baseball.
The Code Red dance team. Go Cards.
Basketball. Football for sure.
Also the water polo club.
It's on my shirt. Football. Let's go with football.
Probably volleyball.
Volleyball, men's or women's?
It doesn't matter. They're just probably men's actually. Probably men's.
Football.
I think I have to go with the men's volleyball.
My favorite Ball State sport is women's volleyball.
I would say women's basketball or the men's volleyball.
Thanks, Daryl. I had such a great time conducting that survey, and it's not a surprise to me that football won, but it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite? What's your favorite?
I like soccer personally.
Soccer?
What about you guys?
Yeah, there wasn't that many votes for soccer.
Yeah, I think there was only 2 or 3. I was really disappointed.
Yeah. I would have picked Code Red Dance.
Yeah.
How about you two?
I mean, I have a soft spot for the dance team, but I went and saw a women's basketball game this past winter, and it was a lot of fun.
They're on fire.
Yeah.
A sleeper pick that I heard was Quidditch. The
Yeah.
Quidditch Club. I knew we had a Quidditch Club, but I've never met anyone in the Quidditch Club, and it was really great to kind of hear their experience of what that's like.
Yeah, I've seen them playing before in various parks.
Do you know if they have matches?
I hope so.
Oh,
I
well,
hope so.
I'll have to take a look at that. Very interesting. All right, well, thank you so much, Stephen. When we come back from the break, we'll take a look behind some of the pop culture of Ball State. And we will have the reveal of our total amount raised through today's show. Don't go anywhere.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org. Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
A medic, Sergeant First Class, E7. I went in the first waves, and when I came back, I didn't come back the same way as I left.
I was in 11 Bravo, it's infantry. Deploying is what we sign up to do. Fighting wars, protecting civilians back home. I never got to do that, so I still feel weird around the title of veteran.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
It takes courage to say I need help, and you realize you're not alone. You deserve because you served. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, we had a ceremony to reveal the new plaque in honor of Grace Bentowski. Family and friends and colleagues gathered to celebrate her legacy.
Grace came to Ball State in 2020 in the midst of a pandemic, away from home, but she found her second home right here in the UML. She spent days and nights here working all different roles until ultimately becoming a news director of NewsLink. Our last day with her in this building was her last show before graduation and announcing that she had been offered her dream job as associate creative producer for News Nation in Chicago. This plaque right here means that Grace is still here with you and all of you. And when you have a fun day in the newsroom, and especially the days you want to pull your hair out. This scholarship will grant another student the opportunity to experience the friendships, the hard work, and love of journalism just like Grace did. Thank you to everyone that's here, and especially those that found it in their heart to donate to her scholarship and to celebrate her life and legacy. Thank you.
Any gift made to the fund today will add and grow the fund that this scholarship goes towards the Department of Media Majors. The 91st Annual Student Art Show was hosted in February in Ball State's Ned and Gloria Greiner Art Gallery. NewsLink Indiana's Tatum Harris spoke to 2 featured students about their showcased artwork.
Student artists were encouraged to submit 3 different pieces to be assessed by a qualified juror.
Across all fine arts programs, more than 500 pieces were submitted and voted on this year. Kylie Cole, a third-year photography student, has been submitting her art for evaluation each year since she started at Ball State. Though Cole has faced rejection before, she is proud of the hard work and long hours spent in the photography studio that have pushed her to become a better artist. Cole's darkroom print, a high-contrast nature photo, is now on display at the gallery.
So it's always about trying again. If you don't do anything or submit your work, you never know, so.
It was Cole's encouragement that convinced fourth-year animation student Paige Coleman to enter her own work to be juried.
Because they just believed in my ability, and we, created that environment where it was all about, we're all very talented people and we need to recognize that in each other.
Coleman has 3 watercolor paintings on display in the gallery, each centered around personal experiences, childhood wonder, and imaginative self-perception. Though Coleman opted not to submit her work for the student art show in the past, her work is now being featured in the same room as her best friends. Cole and Coleman are excited to be sharing this milestone together as students and as artists.
Stare at it for sometimes and be like, wow, I really did get put in the show.
In Muncie, Tatum Harris, NewsLink, Indiana.
As the warmer temperatures return, campus has shown its true colors. But as it turns out, there's a lot of hidden traditions in architecture. You may remember some from orientation, but wanted to learn more. NewsLink Indiana's Peyton Mucker went across campus to hear about these Ball State legends.
After months of cold and darkness, the brighter sights and sounds of campus can feel refreshing.
It's getting pretty again, honestly. From about a month ago when it was just brown and gray and depressing to now, it's a big improvement and big change. So I definitely think it kind of helps the spirit.
But can I tell you a secret? There's something not so visible to the eye here.
Right outside of the business building is the Whisper Wall. And there are stories that if you stand at the opposite side, the slightest whisper can be heard from over here. Here, let me show you. And listen very closely.
How's the signal on the other side of the wall? The reason this works is from the curved shape of the wall. Now, that's just one hidden detail on campus. What about something more in plain sight? Well, there's actually a couple more right in this area. Serving as a hub for literature and studying college students is Bracken Library. From outside, it looks no different than an average building, but once we take a broader look, it becomes clear. Take a look at these books. Now, if we go ahead and grab them and we're gonna flip them onto their side as if they were on a bookshelf. And then after we kind of move and slide them around, and then once we shuffle these around a little bit, the secret starts to be revealed. It looks like Bracken Library. Some of the secrets at Ball State aren't in books. Frog Baby has a different kind of secret. There is a legend on campus that if you jump into the Frog Baby fountain, rub her nose, you are going to pass all future exams.
I did it kind of early. I think it was in September, so before finals, but I jumped in with a lot of my friends and I did it. I've not failed a test yet, so I've gotten all A's so far.
The tradition of rubbing her nose began all the way back in 1952. During this time, Frog Baby was located at the David Osley Museum of Art. Frog Baby was then moved to her current home in 1993. What is not confirmed is whether she does possess these academic powers.
I haven't tried the Frog Baby. I'm not daring enough to take off my shoes, roll up my pants, and jump in there and try and rub its nose, but I mean, if it works for people, it works for people, honestly.
A similar story can be told when it comes to the heart of campus, the bell tower. A common myth is that if a student steps underneath the tower, that student won't be able to graduate in 4 years. Now, despite the risk, some are more willing to challenge their superstitions. Others want to play it safe.
But Ball State myths, I kind of take seriously because it's my education and that matters to me.
As the bell tower's familiar tune soars across campus, you may stop and stare at some of these secrets. Or instead, you may be left to wonder what secrets remain. In Muncie, Peyton Mucker, NewsLink, Indiana.
In addition to all of those, did you notice anything particular about the shape of Pru Sol? Well, it's actually in the shape of a grand piano. Keep an eye out on your next venture outside and see what you can find.
All right, well, it's so interesting to learn about some of the architecture at Ball State. I feel like I remember them talking about that during orientation. They really capitalized on it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. There's so much to learn, I'm sure.
I know. Well, I feel like if you go out and walk around campus, all you do is learn more about it.
Yeah.
Do we have some good campus walking weather?
Not quite right now. Our next 7 days is going to be pretty up and down. We're seeing that rain chances tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday sticking with us. Those temperatures are going to sit up in the 70s, but on Sunday, we are going to see the sun pop out and into early next week. Those temperatures are unfortunately going to drop when the sun comes out, but I think that makes for a pretty particularly good spring day.
I think so too. Well, thank you so much, Daphne.
Sure.
What do you think about the weather, Stephen?
Rain, 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 and more rain. Someone's out there doing a rain dance, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be dancing in the rain.
Maybe I need to. Maybe that's going to turn the tide. Maybe it won't be so damp out all the
Yeah,
time.
maybe we can get a story of that. Special coverage on Stephen doing a rain dance. That's what I'm thinking.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. With our show wrapping up, we are going to take one last look at the amount we raised here today. Through the help of all our viewers and supporters, we were able to raise
$900,000.
And with that, NewsLink Indiana's special One Ball State show has come to an end. We want to thank everyone who tuned in today and those who consistently watch our nightly broadcasts.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 9 for our regularly nightly broadcast. Streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night.